What is up, everyone? What's going on, my freaks and geeks and free thinkers? This is Mike Romanelli with the Free Thinker Society, episode number 10. I'm really excited about this episode. Clint, what's been going on?
Not much, just doing dojo comedy shows.
Yeah.
That's pretty much been, other than regular work that I don't want to talk about. But
Your phone's been blowing up, huh? As the local talent booker?
No, nobody knows that.
Oh, shit. Edit.
I don't think any of the local talent listens to this
good.
podcast.
All right.
Maybe they do. I don't know.
I do, bro.
Well, you're here,
Well,
so.
That's
Yeah.
why I'm here, maybe. I
We're going to break. All right. Well, let me introduce a very special guest today. Guys, remember this guy's name. I'm telling you, this is going to be someone, in a few years, you're going to hear his name. And he's working hard right now. He's putting in all the work.
Not for bombing any place or shooting the bus.
He is a very talented, hardworking young comic. His name is Yusef Gof. Yusef, what's up, brother?
hey, thank you for having me, Mike. Thank you, Clint. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for coming in like an hour late.
I know, man. I had to sleep. I was comedy, man.
I was just like, he's blowing us off,
There's any
Mike. Mike was already in a bad mood, so
Yeah.
I didn't
Oh,
want to
no.
go and find Mike and be like, guess what? Yusef stopped responding this afternoon.
Well, your bad mood turned mine into a good one.
I was in a good mood, and then I got here and you were running around like a maniac, so then I just sat behind the dumpster. But I was clean. Do you know why I was clean?
Why?
Because I used Hero soap before I came here.
Ooh,
I got
It
a
did smell fresh.
mountain bike ride in, and then I used Hero soap.
what's this?
From the Hero Soap Company. It is owned by United States Air Force veteran, handmade and locally sourced in Arizona, all natural with no chemicals, dyes, or fragrances, no parabens found in many traditional soaps that the FDA has linked to breast cancer and male reproductive issues. Do you think that the government would do that, Mike?
Never.
They would never do that.
They would never do it. No, but seriously,
I'm-
dude, that soap, the soap that you gave me last week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you gave me, it was
You
called
got the
The
Woods.
Woods. The Woods. I've been using it all week.
Is it minty?
No, it's not minty.
See, I had
it smells
minty
like this.
stuff.
It smells like I gotta be careful because it almost gave me like flashbacks of taking too many mushrooms in the woods. It's give you that piney.
Just like being
Yeah.
in nature.
Like it smells
very
like you're
natural-
camping.
So
It's awesome.
Well, mine is like peppermint
I
and tea tree or
Tea
something.
tree oil? I
And-
like that.
And I feel like
It's nice and zesty.
I feel like I'm mint chocolate chip ice cream.
Ooh, I like that. Wait,
All
and
right.
and so about these guys too. Like you said, they were doing some stuff. Like
Yeah. Oh, they give back to charities for veterans and first responders.
I'm fucking buying.
yeah.
They even give soap to like homeless vets too,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Even fucking more of a reason
Well,
to buy
that's how
it.
they
Yeah,
started.
these guys are definitely really good guys and girls. I don't know
So if you
girls.
want to buy that, ladies, if you want your guy to smell like a fucking mint chocolate chip,
And have his nuts work if you want babies.
and
Right?
yeah,
True.
And you
that's
don't want
true,
titty
too.
cancer. I think that
Wow.
was the other thing.
Holy
Yep.
shit.
So if you want all that, then you need to go there. You need to go to freethinker.tv first, and then that way you can go through that link, and it'll show that you came from us, and then it'll help support the show.
Hell yeah.
We got to
And Clint
pay
won't be so
Yusef. We got to pay Yusef a lot of money to come in here.
If we get a couple $, Clint will be so angry. We gotta wait a little bit longer.
Oh, I'm buying some of this soap just to support the troops.
so
Just
that-
to make
to
up
cheer
for-
me up.
No,
To
but
make
no,
up for the
but
45 minutes.
but like honestly, this is an American company. It's like you said in Arizona, so I'm supporting America.
And made in
And
America.
Made in America
With
and
our own
with the
shit.
vets that I don't know why I get so disgusted at how people used to treat the Vietnam vets when it wasn't like they had a choice. A lot of them were drafted.
Yeah, for sure.
And then they were treated like shit.
True, man.
And then and a lot of people, even if you got recruited in, you don't know what you are expecting. Like I have a lot of military friends have told
at
me
that
some
point,
shit.
they're just doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Exactly. And they're all the greatest people. They love this country so fucking much. And I love this country so much. So
You know what, man? I mean,
that's why I support them.
you know what's
always.
crazy? You said a lot of things got me into free thinking, conspiracies, whatever. But what really got me like, oh my God, this is deep, this is crazy, is my friends coming back from the military.
Oh yeah.
All my friends that came back after, that all went to go serve, which is a lot, after 9/11. You know, a lot of my friends were like, they want, they all wanted to go and fight. Right, it was our backyard.
You had to.
So, and when they came home, man, they would be more pissed off and more pissed off. And then, unfortunately, a lot of them aren't around anymore. But some of the stories I heard, actually, I think all my friends, minus one or two who actually left the States, yeah, they're all gone that went over there. But
God rest their soul.
Yeah. And some are gone in a different way. Some are gone like they left and we just don't know where they went. But
PTSD is another big
to
thing.
The point where it's so bad.
And it was like not being helped at all. And then they're doing research with MDMA. They're doing research with mushrooms that can help, psilocybin. And yet they're like, but no, we can't give these to the people who deserve it the most.
Well, why
like maybe not the most, but definitely the most for what we put them through.
Well,
like if we put them through, they should get a pass. Like if they want to try it, if they want to try it,
they should get a lot of passes, in my opinion.
Why is there an issue with the mushrooms anyway?
Because I think they can't grow it themselves. Because it's all about big farm. It's always about the look. Any what they like to call conspiracy that I think about. It's always my first thought is, okay, who's going to make money on this, or who's not going to make money on this, and why would they stop it?
It's a very smart way to start looking at things because you follow the money. And as much as I like to get into the crazy lizard people, is the Earth flat, all that stuff, it's all fun and I love to get Bigfoot crazy, but
I didn't have that up there.
The easiest way
forgot
is we'll do it. We'll say it again before we're done because it is a great company, and even I just want to help them regardless. You always got to follow the money with everything. When anything is crazy, big stories in the news, if it's a conspiracy, you follow the money. You're right. And I told Clint a while ago that, and I'll just say it now. Fuck it, right? I said when we start talking about free think and conspiracies and all that, I'm a little scared of Big Pharma, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
I feel like that's a
Should
cartel.
I
didn't
say
want to do
something deep as fuck that I think about?
I did a whole podcast about why they talk shit on vitamins. So.
Well, forget that. No, okay.
And then my internet didn't work for 2 days.
Oh,
I'm a little scared of that one, to be honest with you.
But
it's okay.
I'll say the thing. So that HCQ that I'm not going to say the full word.
Yeah,
but you guys know.
Yeah.
Everybody, it's a hated thing. Like, in fact, somebody almost got in a fight with me, not physically,
interesting, but yes.
but an argument just because I mentioned it. And basically wrote me off as an idiot.
If you had said that, I would have just beat your ass.
But like the thing is, here's why all right, where's the money in this? It's already patented and it's proven that it works. So, and Bill Gates has a patent on any vaccine for this virus. If this shit kills the virus before he can get money on the vaccine, he stands to lose a lot of money.
Yeah.
Now, that's one theory I have. The other thing is, if this shit works and it cures shit, then people aren't going to be afraid come election time. They'll be able to go to the polls and won't have to worry about any of this.
No,
and even if it's just a minimal, I heard it's only 3% of fraud. That's still enough fraud that could swing an election in the wrong way or the right way, depending on how you think about it.
Why on your years, Lisa? You got any more?
No.
That's pretty much.
I'd say you're spot on with both of them. My only, they definitely need to drag the virus out long enough, right? To try and...
It's going to disappear right after the election.
Well,
Everyone
listen.
keeps saying that. Everyone keeps saying that.
Every fucking virus also in every other place of the earth has gone up and then they've all tapered off, right? How does America just have a continuous climb?
So my thought is that like they're using it, they're fluffing the numbers. In the beginning, you notice it was all about new cases, new deaths, new cases, new deaths, and it was just new cases and new positives.
Now
and
all
it
they
was just
say
the
is
same
positive.
thing.
Now it's just more cases. We're shutting everything down. Nobody died.
But that's the thing.
But did they die?
We've had an open mic.
Chinese
We've had an
guy.
open mic. It's outdoors. And pretty much everybody can socially distance. You know, once you sit down, though, everybody takes off their mask. But then people start getting a little close. People start getting a little reckless because they're drinking, and not one person has gotten sick. Not one person has died. And, yeah, it's a small population.
Hey,
but
do you have a liquor store in your town?
Yeah. And
that chick at the front desk saw every motherfucker in your town.
Everyone. For the whole thing.
And she wore the same
alive.
nasty fucking gloves.
Yeah.
and
the same mask.
She's outside smoking in those gloves.
She's not washing that mask. People are washing reusable masks. So, like, yeah, they're sanitary one time, and then it's no longer sanitary. And you're like, no, I'm just gonna look.
That's what I do. I wear my dirty mask and protest. Fuck you guys.
I was all right. I'm not gonna lie. I apologize to the person, and I don't want to mention his name, but he didn't realize like how deep this goes. I said, he's like, yo, this shit's real. This shit's real. I'm like, you know that if you drank too much tonight and you get in a car accident and you die on the way after this mic, and you have coronavirus, you died with coronavirus, even though it was because you're a dumbass and you drunk drove.
Yeah.
But it was a DUI now, or not a DUI. Now it's a fucking coronavirus death.
100%.
So it's like, I get it. And they're like, they're not, maybe people are dying less too. Like, how are they not reporting so many, or this shit's not spreading? That's why I'm thinking that it's going to stop. Like, they're getting new cases, but not new cases of people who are sick.
That are not so political. They're all saying that, which is crazy. People that do not speak politics are saying it's going to end the election. I feel like we have to be such dummies if that happens. I feel like it has to fizzle out some way. I think if it just, either way, whoever wins, it just goes
No, they're going to do a redirect. We've had this conversation. They're going to blow stuff up.
See that that's the opposite of what I was getting when I was talking to some comics yesterday, because I was thinking there's going to be a mini civil war, like, and it's like those anti-mask people from the right, and then the Antifa and Black Lives Matter people on the left. Those are the most extreme-ish of our people. The most of us are in the middle. We're not going to be the ones fighting. So I would call it a mini civil war. But like, I think it could be like a little clash, just more like instead of the protest.
They're setting up battlegrounds, I can tell you that, right? They're setting up certain grounds. There's certain cities where there's really not many police. I mean,
that's the fun. The police get rid of this.
I'm old enough where I remember when New York was very dangerous. When you went to New York, you looked straight. You looked straight. You know, you had sort of, you know, whoever's the man or whoever was in charge, they had their hands in their pocket, and many times you would be pulling a hand out, like you got pickpocketed. Like it was, you know, when I was a teenager, you put the money in your shoe when you're on the train, so because you're gonna. It was a different world, and I think we're gonna go back to like that Gotham City life. And I think it's happening in a lot of cities.
Yeah, porn places everywhere.
Well, I think the goal at the end of that rainbow is it's going to finally artists can come back to the city. So I don't want to be there for
the dirt. Cheaper, yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to be the crime, but artists and weird people are what make cities that are amazing.
I had a joke that was just like, remember everybody's mad about gentrification? Fixed it.
Yeah, it's done. It got reversed just like that.
Yeah.
Dude.
And you know, the crazy thing about all this is just like, no matter what actually does happen, hopefully it doesn't get that bad. Mm-hmm. But like, they're setting it up, and while they love to talk shit about Trump, and full disclosure, I don't know who I'm voting for. I'm not a supporter of anybody really in the politics. I like that Trump might be against pedophiles, but I don't even know if that's true.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
That's the only reason.
We're hoping that
it's true 100%, because like I'm against child trafficking. Yeah. But like, I don't know. I'm not on any of their side.
I mean, neither.
No, you can't be.
And I see all of this chaos going on, and I'm like, you know what? I don't want to be a part of this shit. Mm-hmm. I want, because like, I think that Trump did a good job when he brought the National Guard in. Not that he needed to, but they took care of it. So if something like that happens, I think he's going to be able to squash it.
Well,
and he'll still be president until the votes get tallied up. And that could take a week if they keep doing this mail-in.
How many people, honestly?
Probably more. Look, they say it's going to take a week. You know how the government works. It's going to take a month.
Hey,
a month without a president, you know people are going to go crazy.
Honest question. How many people are actually mad that he brought in the federal agents? Like, only people that don't live in that fucking city.
Right. And you know what's crazy? It's like,
I think anybody that has a building or a business in that city is like,
I gotta say, this is one of those things. I haven't looked into it too much because it's so far away from me. But I don't think it's cool there's vans, if that's true, vans just taking kids off the street. I'm not cool with that.
You're right. But you guys already signed that into action with the Patriot Act.
Was that what
I know, exactly.
Wait, they're just taking random kids?
No.
Well,
no.
It's people that were doing
These
shit.
are Department of Homeland Security agents. They're taking members of Antifa. And these Antifa has been declared a terrorist organization. Right. So they're literally doing... If these were Al-Qaeda... people, they were just able to or ISIS people, just able to have that flag flowing.
Yep.
And you would want these Department of Homeland Security people unmarked grabbing them. But because it's Chad and Brad and Martha and Karen who are just standing up for black lives because we need black dick.
Well, yeah, man. But I'm still not okay with that. However, I've also heard that like there are also a lot of informants, and that's part of it. That they could be just picking up the informants and to get.
I believe
I
that.
don't know.
You
That
know that
makes
there
sense.
are people there orchestrating the deal.
Definitely.
And do you think
On-
that with our technology, they don't know who the fuck it is?
Yeah.
I
the masks
guarantee
are
you.
definitely fucking things up.
Well, that's
Yeah,
what
but-
I'm saying. Like, there's too much money to cure it too quick. There's all these people
Yeah.
who switched over their manufacturing for masks because
Yeah.
they had to blow it up in the beginning.
Yeah.
My brother was making scuba masks, one of the things they make, and they changed them. It's like the scuba mask with like the tube on the top,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a full face mask, and then they convert it to so it has a filter on top so you can wear it. I'm like, I'm not gonna wear that when I go grocery shopping. Like, I don't think maybe a doctor will wear that. That's good for like surgery or something. But like,
You guys
what?
ever see the guys like at Costco with like the paint fucking masks on? You ever see that? No.
A paint mask?
Yeah.
You know, like
No,
the mask
yeah,
that you spray,
yeah,
spray
yeah,
paint
yeah.
guys to wear
Oh,
indoors.
like with the big puffy. Yeah.
The whole fucking filters and
I
everything.
have like one of those, like the one. It's not a real face mask, but it's like one of those that you attach the bong to.
Oh yeah,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
gas mask.
Yeah, like a gas. I hate those just
Yeah.
because your face starts to smell like
Oh.
weed.
Yeah.
It's like it was a terrible idea.
Yeah, it's just one of those ideas. It's
You're
like,
only
it's like
supposed
cool.
to do that once.
And then you never use it, and then you just use it as a bong with the face mask accessory.
Yeah.
yeah, that's
And
like
it's for
when
your
you're-
friends. Yeah, you get a DUI tonight. 'Cause
Easy
you're
on me.
obviously- I smell weed. I don't know. Every time I look at you, I smell it on you, bro. Where is
Your
the
whole
weed?
Face smells.
Yeah.
He has to wash his face off. Yo,
Fuck.
that's the thing. If you smoke weed, if you gargle a little bit and or chew gum and wash your
Something.
hands,
You're good.
You're
Yo,
normally
that's
good.
the good thing about the sanitizer.
Yeah,
Like if
that's
I
true.
smoke weed,
That's
and
the
I
good
get
thing
that
about the
smell on my
mask
finger,
too. Then you don't have
you
to have
cover up
gum.
your breath.
You just breathe weed into your own face.
I don't have to fucking shave as often. That's why I'm starting to grow this. I'm Louis J. Gomez's nephew look right here, and the Blu-ray blockers. I'm Louis J.'s nephew. I'm your nephew, bro. If you see this, I'm your nephew, and I'm voting for you for Legion's. That's my endorsement for Legion's Skank President. There you go.
There it is, Yusef. I switched over. I got him in there.
I'm sorry.
No, that's great.
I should have went. I don't know. This camera's probably.
No, you're right. That's your camera. That one's just you. Since you're the guest.
Oh, that's such a special feeling. I appreciate that. I would have. Then I really would have fucked it if I switched seats.
No, you yeah, exactly. That's why I was like, where are you going? Because we can't shoot this way because, spoiler alert, that wall sucks. So, for anybody that's not they can't see it.
Yo, this is a dope.
Sure. What the issue is
I'm
it's
excited.
still summer and it's hot as fuck, and the air AC unit's not good.
But it's really nice right now.
No, it is.
And
I need some
No,
switch
you don't
filters.
drink tonight, so I'll get you guys drinks later.
We got enough. We're both on our first. So.
And I'm not drinking. This is just regular seltzer.
Someday they'll sponsor us.
So, no, we need hard kombucha sponsorship.
Kombucha is hard, isn't it?
Yo,
Oh, it's
but,
soft.
well,
it's soft. It's soft.
It's
Make
so
it a harder
soft, bro.
kombucha.
No, there is.
Hard. You can make it
You know,
real
if
hard.
you make
There
it,
is 7%, 7.2%.
so it's
Oh,
like
that's hard.
But like, how many
4.5%?
kombuchas are you
That's
supposed
hard.
to drink in a day, though? Like, you're supposed to have a
So you
six-pack of
just shit
kombuchas? You know what I
Oh, you
mean?
won't shoot yourself.
Imagine
You're
you
like-
drink 6 kombuchas
Dude,
in a day.
I
You're
have.
just a superhuman.
I've gotten drunk.
You're drunk, but you're a superhuman after that, right?
Yeah. The
Except
next
for the
day,
poop.
dude, you're not like bud mudding. You don't have a headache.
Really?
Yeah.
I think that's it. I'm gonna have
Dude,
to
I'm
switch.
telling you, it's the next thing. These are pretty good. I still get like a teeny bit of a headache if I go kind of hard.
Yeah, if you take it too far, you will
Yeah.
fucking-
You know, I don't. Whatever. I don't care. My family knows. I'm being real. I like the Corona seltzers because the Corona seltzers have
Yeah.
no sugar, but it's made from sugar alcohol.
Wait, you're worried about drinking? Saw my drinking on the
Bud
podcast?
Light?
No, it's just my family.
Hey, the
'cause,
Bud
like, I'm
Light
Muslim.
seltzer is not bad either.
But they
do
know
other
I
things?
drink, and they
You're
don't
not
like
talking
it.
about other things?
Well, I could talk about whatever. I talk about everything.
Tell
I'm an open
them
book.
not to
Look,
listen.
don't listen to me. Cut me off on the family. This is fine.
No, I don't
I fake it. I used to
He's,
censor myself
Muslim.
on like Facebook.
Did you?
He's
Yeah.
Muslim.
No, I know.
Obviously.
He's a Muslim, Mike. We have a Muslim.
I understand.
You said it so many times. I'm pretty sure all our phones are now tapped. by the-
I'm pretty sure when he said his name was
No, that's
Yusef,
not even
I
a
knew
bad
he was
thing
Muslim.
anymore.
No.
Muslims
I have.
like,
Yeah,
We're
you guys
still
are
kinda
so.
bad.
You guys are like back. You're fine. It's
We
the
just-
Antifas. They're
I think.
Exactly.
I didn't even think
Exactly.
of that.
You guys are
I've been
like
getting
Jews
left-handed
now.
You guys-
Like you guys made
always
it
levels.
okay to like Jews.
Ah.
Like we were never allowed to like Jews until the Muslims. Then we hated the Muslims more. So then it was like Jews are not that bad.
That's not a little
So
bad.
now
That's true.
Now you guys are like we're Muslims and Jews. You know what I mean? Whatever. And then now it's like Antifa we don't like. And
Finally,
and the
regular
KKK.
white people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like those.
We just don't like extreme hate groups now. So you're fine. You're in the middle.
I'm glad to hear that.
You're back to being a regular person.
Until
Yeah, right? 'Cause I
until
wasn't.
somebody with a turban does something.
Until
Again.
on Antifa.
Oh my God, that's
Until-
any day now. These
until, like-
motherfuckers they just want it. I feel like that's their way of be like, I know how I'm gonna get 150 likes on a post, and then it's like, boom.
Oh,
you
geez.
know what I mean? And like, then their family will share it, and they're,
Yeah.
like, they're in hell looking
Yeah.
up like, I thought I was supposed to go to heaven.
Yeah, they don't really hate America that badly because there was plenty of opportunity to get a lot of people. I feel
Yeah,
like.
dude. Like, there's
How come?
Well,
How come no other hate groups strike while other hate groups are doing anything? How come there's never a competition? They're
Right.
like, you're gonna have a walk. You're gonna have a walk. Watch this, motherfucker.
well, I think it's because like they're not organized criminals like we see in like Gotham.
They play on
or
9/11,
Batman, shit
dude.
like that.
they play not.
Well-
Dude, you are definitely the wrong co-host for this show, my
Yeah,
friend.
the
If you
ones-
believe that.
Yeah, you don't get my sarcasm.
we
Then you're the wrong fucking host for this show.
Okay, but in all seriousness, I need to ask you. So I understand the Muslim faith. I have tons of Muslim friends, so I all good with this. So I understand that. In fact, I love the old school Muslim guys that say they don't give a fuck and they would drink.
That's me.
So
They all
are
hid
you?
in
But you're
the
allowed to. Are
hotels.
you allowed to do? You're allowed to smoke.
Yeah, I mean, well, all right. What's allowed? I think
Not allowed, when I say like family, like
Okay.
honoring, dishonoring. Are you allowed to do drugs?
like
Or I hate
they,
the word drugs, but
like,
are you allowed to
like they know I smoke.
alter your subs?
Like, you know what I mean? And that's pretty much the line. That's the only thing that they accept, and they didn't, and it took them a long time to accept. But like they know that I'm a nicer person when I smoke. I'm not like a violent person. I'm not a lazy person. I still do a lot. Like I don't get lazy. Maybe sometimes, you know, maybe I'll get a little forgetful. But at the same time, it's like I'm just as forgetful when I'm off because I've taken months and months and months off. Like I remember I did one time a year and a half.
You're mad and forgetful.
I still was.
Then you're mad you forgot something.
Exactly. Like, and look, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like,
Otherwise, you're just like, I forgot it.
well, when I did it for when I took about a year and a half off, it was nice, but it wasn't fun. If that makes sense. Like I had way more fun, and I have more fun when I'm smoking. That's just it. And like, why
What
not
was nice
live a better
about it
life?
then?
It was
What-
nice because I didn't need anything else. Like I don't think I need this, but like I like it. I'll smoke
Yeah.
because I can. But if I can't, hey, I know it's going to be a rough week or two, maybe a month, and then after that, I'll be fine again. It's just I'll be the different me. I'll be a.
I think breaks are important,
They are,
especially
100%.
just like for someone that was such a pothead. If you don't take a break, then it's just your tolerance is through the roof as well.
We need to go to some place that's illegal so I can take a break because that's the only time that
Yeah.
I've taken
well,
breaks.
that's the thing though. If you don't,
we
if
got
you don't
events in other countries.
if you're not taking enough breaks and you don't come prepared, you go somewhere on a vacation and then I'm a grumpy guy because I can't get my weed. Now I can't eat. So it's like I need to take those breaks so I
Used to
don't
be like
become
that, where I couldn't
independent,
eat,
like
couldn't sleep.
completely reliable on
See,
it.
So
I broke
smoking
all that,
cigarettes.
so I broke all that, so I don't have that. But I remember, like,
Yeah,
you
thank
can't
God.
sleep, can't eat, all that shit.
And it's like now you become a drug addict where it's like,
Yeah.
no, I don't want to be. I can use it. Like, look, in one case it's medicine because I'm just a nicer person.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's so I call it quarantine anger theory, but in this quarantine, everybody's just been way angrier
Mm-hmm.
because we haven't been able to see each other. And if you're not smoking because your dealer doesn't have any, because now there's a big shortage. A lot of people are going
What?
black market. You're worst.
a lot of people are going black market. When did
No,
they
here's what I'm
stop?
saying. It's like if you have a good connect, they're not affected by it. But a lot of connections have their prices have gone up, the quality has gone down, and if they were getting shit from dispensaries shipped to them illegally, I'm sorry to say, now they're not getting it from the dispensaries. Now they're getting it black
you know,
market.
right now in California, the most what they're focused on, which is so strange, and I'm hearing is
All the bus
grows.
for the weed. Yeah,
they're busting more grows than they have in 20 years.
it's because they're not making the money on those because those are illegal grows.
I get it, but right now, this been going on for 30, 40 years out there. and
Yeah,
it's
but
never-
now they're like, we
So
can
I thought-
make that.
We
I
have time.
thought-
They're going to
I
be
have-
indoors. Why are these people going in and out? We're in a quarantine.
Well, I thought it was because that Trump maybe was going after cartels because the cartels are tied up with
that makes
the
sense.
human trafficking and all that. And there's a lot of, they say, behind the scenes stuff. Maybe that's why, but I heard that it's just all kinds of grows are going. Because I also have heard that illegal grows in California, especially that are done by the cartels, are horrible for the earth.
Oh, bad for the earth and
Yeah.
bad for the weed. Like they put a lot of
That's how they're
toxic
getting them.
chemicals.
That's how they're getting them, is just on like some kind of EPA law.
Well,
It's basically like
well,
getting fucking mafia guys for tax evasion.
Yeah.
That's how they're finding
So
it.
like the weed's not
so probably-
illegal. We're getting you on EPA shit. And
No,
shutting you down.
but I think now they're actually, for years they never flexed those laws because they still have them. They just never flexed them. I think they're flexing them now, so you could still get fucked.
Well, weed laws.
Oh yeah, you could still get fucked if you're
Well,
not
I told you a
operating.
story. This was 07, 08. I used to do a big monster truck tour, and it was sick. It was an awesome monster truck tour. It was so much fun. And we did the centers of speedways, the grass infields, and that dude apparently had like a big ass grow in California, and the whoever the fuck raided him, FBI, is that who? DEA,
Grow at
right?
DEA.
DEA. He had like big ass. They took like 3,000 plants or some shit like that.
Damn.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
but that pretty much ended that fucking monster truck tour. He was talking to Coca-Cola and Dodge about sponsorship and stuff, and then that happened, and everybody was like,
He was gonna be able to go legit. That was his almost. He was almost there.
He was almost
Yeah.
there, man. Yo, it was awesome. They built huge courses. They would cross each other. There was a double. The one guy would jump over the other truck and shit.
That's fucking
We were
dope.
about to go into like the 3rd or 4th year, and we were about to build the freestyle dirt bike course like real big. We were designing it and stuff, my buddy and I. And then, what the fuck was that? Did you hear that?
No.
It didn't
Was that
sound like
me?
a big boom.
No, I didn't hear a boom.
I didn't hear it either.
I
Uh-oh.
didn't
Aliens?
hear
I
anything.
mean, we have fucking
Well-
headphones on. Who knows?
No, I want to ask because it's funny because I think drugs.
Lebanon again.
Oh, fuck!
Sorry.
There is a firework factory next door.
Oh fuck.
Fireworks.
Just happened, but it blows cleaner than fucking 9/11.
Yeah.
Way too
Fireworks.
many. Way too much. Just fucking fertilizer.
Dude,
or
when they
whatever
said
had.
that, they were like, it's a firework. I was like,
That what? Yeah, the word. Like I like that. You could do it. I won't do your joke, but that was good.
I
Yeah,
was
it's
like,
like,
I
that
don't fucking
no,
think so, bro.
dude, that looked like a.
I've seen some video of firework places go up. They're like,
Yeah.
pow,
Yeah,
pow,
you
pow,
should
poo,
have cute
poo.
looking- like,
Yeah.
it's a nice raging fire. It looks like a cute little bottle rocket to
Yeah,
the side.
exactly.
This thing like a
Exactly.
fucking nuke, dude.
I
Yeah.
yes, I
It
forget
looked
what
like
they were
fucking,
called,
how
but
do
they
you-
were
what do you-
like
how do you say that?
strategic nukes or
Nagasaki
something.
in HD. It looked like.
Dude.
It was a smaller version of that. They have like
Yeah.
strategic nukes
Yeah.
that are just
Yeah,
a
mini
smaller.
nukes.
Yeah, and it looked just like one. Like imagine
looked
they were
just like
building one, and then it just blew up in there, and they're like, no, it was all this shit we
No.
confiscated from these Russian guys.
Could
That look
you-
creepy.
Could you imagine people see that and then they think that two fucking planes did what they did in New York?
Yo, or how about,
Could you imagine like, okay, this is the firework factory. Fuck you.
Well,
do you know the deal with the Pentagon? Have you looked at the Pentagon pictures? When the
Yeah, it
when
looked
the
like it was a
plane
rocket.
hit?
It looked like a rocket, and
When
then you
the
don't even
plane
see
didn't
planes.
didn't take down the fucking
Exactly. None of the
telephone pole.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I did the research. I did the research because I had to, and also it went
Yeah,
through.
too.
I was Muslim.
Oh shit! Wait.
I was
Hold
Muslim,
on.
dude.
It was Muslim.
I had to prove that it
He
wasn't
goes-
my people.
He goes,
I was like,
had
it wasn't
to. Had
us.
to.
It wasn't us, guys. It wasn't us.
He would have gotten kicked out of the faith if he couldn't.
No, well, I mean, look. Once you start looking into that, as soon as I heard it wasn't Muslim people that did it, and even if they did do it,
What do you mean?
They were paid to do
On
it.
the record, it's still Muslim people.
Yeah, on the record, but off the record.
But in our
Like
Who are
the
they?
passport is, somebody's like, why don't they make the entire airplane out of what the
Oh,
passport's made
they're
out of?
Jordan or whatever,
Bro,
right?
I was
Jordanian?
there. I was
Or,
under those
Saudi
fucking.
Arabian.
Yeah, they're all
And
Saudis, and we didn't go to war with them. They're our
Because
best
they're a
friends.
best ally, yeah. They
Yeah,
buy
dude,
all our guns.
They're our best friends. It
I'm
made
just
no
gonna
sense.
say it now. You guys are all the same, so it doesn't matter. We hate.
I mean, that's basically what the government's saying. Like,
We
yeah,
hate you
Pretty much.
anyway.
it's mostly
so.
Saudis, but you know, we're gonna fucking let's bomb Iraq.
Exactly.
They all
Well,
look
that's
the same
because we were.
They all look the same.
Look.
You know, fuck it.
Full disclosure, because like I used to try to like justify that, but it was Iraq has weapons of mass destruction. They could cause another 9/11, and that was what they tried to tell us.
They didn't
And
even use. They
they
used
didn't-
fucking planes.
but
What
if-
are you talking about?
Dude,
They
I
used
think
planes for
Yusef's the new
9/11.
Milo. He's like he's got.
No, well,
Dude, are you turning into Milo on us?
I'm not saying I
He's gonna be a
justify
Muslim
the
Milo.
war. I
He's
don't
like-
justify the war at all.
I know, fucking
Right?
shit.
Right. But like my thing is this. This makes sense if this is what they tried to teach us, which obviously again, follow the money. No, it was because Cheney was going to bomb the shit out of it, try to take the oil and then just
It's not even
rebuild
oil,
it
bro.
with what's his name?
It's not even oil, bro. You're still on oil?
Bilderberg. No,
still on
well,
oil?
it was about
Heroin.
country rebuilding. I forgot the name of the group now. What was it?
Heroin for sure.
Yeah,
well, the
it's
heroin.
about
That's the whole
poppy and heroin.
Afghanistan
Yeah,
thing.
that's
No,
Afghanistan. No, that's Afghanistan. He's
guess who ended up being the highest producer of poppy after fucking-
Afghanistan is
Yeah.
Iraq.
Yeah.
Really?
Like all those countries, yeah, that's what they
That
just
makes
keep
sense.
moving around. To
No, and then all of a
everyone.
sudden we have an epidemic.
Oh yeah. well, that's because
And all of a sudden
and it
every-
started
all of a
with-
sudden
it
coke
started
started
pain
in
with-
pill
fashion.
gets cleared by the FDA.
Coke's not in
and
fashion.
cool.
So it started.
on
Yeah,
painkillers.
it started
You can't
with
get
the
your painkillers
prescription
anymore.
painkillers, getting people
Yeah.
Yeah,
overly
because they're
addicted.
okay. They're fucking.
Yeah, they're fine, man.
You got to know.
And then they get
gotta
on
know,
the heroin that they're shipping in. They've been doing this with crack. Like
Yeah.
it
Well-
was proven that the CIA was bringing in cocaine and making it into crack and selling it just to keep control and to lock up
I
people.
would even venture to guess that at some level they use opiates to make those pills.
They have to. They have to.
Well, yeah, they're probably
So-
importing it. A lot of
No,
it.
they
Yeah.
have, you have to.
So
Don't-
the medical fucking field needs that as well.
It's not all synthetic. I don't think.
No.
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 So,
No, morphine is. I don't believe it's
you
synthetic.
know, like
So-
fentanyl. I
Your
think, and that's the
Fentanyl
other
is
thing.
synthetic.
So they needed
Yeah.
all
That
this. The
is-
government itself needed all this to fucking provide for their buddies in the fucking
big
medical
pharma.
field that they're gonna pass through the FDA.
Because look, everybody's lining each other's pockets.
Yo,
That's how
this
it
shit
works.
makes me so mad, honestly.
What, the drugs?
Well, the way that they hide all the nutrition that's good for you and
Oh, yeah.
fucking just make like
Just give you a pill that gives you diarrhea.
The broad
Yeah,
stroke.
exactly.
The broad stroke of drugs really gets me upset.
well that too, yeah.
Just the broad stroke.
Yeah.
Because when we were kids,
You know what the issue is there? The what would be classified as drugs is all this bullshit that the FDA is okay.
well, that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. The broad stroke, the name drugs, and when we were kids, that's why. This is why I never told people I did acid, all through high school, ketamine. I never said that because when
They're
we were,
drugs.
They
We
would
were
judge
taught.
you.
Yeah, we were taught that like. It was kind of an unwritten rule, like, all right, if you smoked weed, you smoked weed. But they did try to tell us, like, weed, crack, coke. It was all, like, when we had the DARE program. Motherfuckers used to come in a briefcase with all the drugs and tell
Yeah.
us, and, like,
Yeah, they put weed and
Show you
and
everything.
everything, and
Coke
tell you what it's
together.
to
The
do.
pure shit.
and
This is
it-
the bad shit. Make sure if you're gonna do it, you do the
No,
good
they
shit.
didn't even do that. They
They
should
should
do
have.
that. No, no.
No,
they-
honestly.
it was not. You know, it sounds crazy, but that's like we need. I'm trying to talk about my kids too much, but I guess it's important.
give them fentanyl test kits.
No,
Here you go,
like
little
when my kids
They're
get to that when
oh,
my kids
God.
get to that age, I'm gonna have a real talk about drugs because we were the talk we got was like, drugs. These are drugs. Don't do them. Say no. Just
Yeah.
say no, and that's it. And then I had to fucking go through a hard. You know, I'm from the rave scene, man.
Yeah.
I'm a rave guy. Like I threw raves. We had to go through a fucking crash course. We had to go through a crash course of fucking drugs where you're like, shit, I'm never gonna do this one again. You got a fucking friend that's fucking still fucking reciting lines fucking 30 years later. Like, you know what I mean? Just was walking in circles. Like, because we got all kinds of shit. And acid, it was like, you're an acid guy, like. To them, that's someone that did heroin. That was a crackhead. But they're totally different things. The
100%.
word drugs, it's crazy. It should be broken up. You're right. And you said there's drugs that the doctor will hand you that are way worse than the drugs that, like shrooms. Let's talk about shrooms. One of the safest drugs
Oh.
in the world.
Can I? Yeah.
One of the safest drugs in the world. Right?
100%.
But everyone's on Adderall, which is fucking legal speed.
Middle school meth.
It's middle
Yeah.
school meth. I love when you say that. It's
And-
but everyone's on it.
And mushrooms, by the way, like, yeah, I as soon as people are like, oh, I went through a little bit of a depression after my mom died, and
Oh, of course.
and then I ended up doing a couple mushroom
Mhm.
experiences that
Put it into perspective.
exactly, and everybody's like, oh, you should just go to a doctor and get prescribed something. You should get antidepressant.
Forever
Exactly. Like,
versus
what, I'm supposed to just
eating
take this
something
Have you
shit?
ever
and
done them?
dealing with it.
No, because
Have you
you
ever
know
done
my
them?
mom
What?
used to.
Antidepressants.
My mom used to, and she said I hated it.
Have you guys ever done that?
I don't know if it was that or a muscle relaxer.
No,
but I
if
slept
you don't
on
know,
it
you
for
know.
3 hours.
No, I mean, a doctor would give you something.
No.
Did you?
All right, full
feel-
disclosure, probably nobody knows about me. I'm going to say it right now. After 9/11, I couldn't get my shit together, and I had PTSD. I didn't tell anyone about it. They put me on that shit, right?
And it makes you like a zombie, right? Because that's what my mom would say.
It
and
was,
I would
yeah,
see
zombie's
it
a
in her.
good word for it, but it was just there's no feeling.
You're
One of my
plain.
best
You're
friends died. I think about it now. if I really get into detail about my friend that passed away, I'll be hysterical. I was at his funeral, like, talking to everyone.
Yeah.
Fine. And I remember that was something like, wait, how was I so okay? How was I the one composed? This is my best friend.
But also, in the converse, if it was like the best day of your life, if you had to take it for your wedding,
Exactly.
you would just be fine.
Just
you wouldn't
fine,
like,
exactly.
What? You're not excited to marry this?
You're not
you. Know
you.
what I mean?
You're not you. And then, like, this is something I want to talk to all kinds of people about. And if anyone wants to ever hit me up on any social media about any of this stuff, you can. You know, I battled with drugs and PTSD and all that stuff. And I really believe it's because I wasn't told. And I trusted doctors. And the doctors, the ones we've talked about, Clint and I, about, you know, the ones who gave me the pain pills when I blew my knee out 4 times. It's all around the same period. And I had to take a really hard crash course, man. And I did take this stuff, and it got me through. But I didn't try. I just don't trust doctors. And I just got off of it. And getting off of that was one of the hardest things. I used to be addicted to smoking. I've been addicted to anything. And getting off of the prescription SRRs or whatever the fuck they're called.
SSRIs.
Yeah. Getting off of those.
What is that? The antidepressants?
Yeah, like one of those kind of
Yeah.
medicines.
Have you?
I was
did
only
you
on
I
take
didn't
pain
take
pills a
alpha
bunch?
brain.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a
It's
pain pill
worse than
problem.
that.
Dude,
Yeah, it's a different kind of withdrawal that no one speaks about. Everyone talks about the opiate withdrawal, right?
the mental one. When you stop taking those, you go
Yeah, but
through
Yusef,
such
it's more
a
than
crazy
that too, man.
emotional
I would feel like I was
highs and
spinning on
lows.
spinning, and the room would spin, and it wasn't like with the pain pills, like, you know, like it's 7, 8 to 10 days. This was like a month, and out of nowhere, like some days it was fine, then all of a sudden I'm like, and I'm not on anything at this point. At this point, I'm just trying to get myself back
Clean.
on track, and I would just be sitting there at work and like I feel like I was on a roller coaster out of nowhere. And this would be like 3 weeks later. That was the hardest, and I told myself,
you can't take that.
never. And this is before like there was podcasts and all these things telling you how bad it was. You know, I was just trying to not be fucked up, man. I went
Yeah.
through a
Well, the
traumatic-
doctor at that point is telling you, hey.
they're
this'll
telling me
do
you're
it.
going to be. They're telling
Yes.
me, bro, if I listen to the doctors and
You'd-
not my fucking friends and not the internet.
You would have added a second one to that pill.
Oh, they would have
Yep,
by
they
now.
would've done that.
Oh, by now, dude, they
Before
would
they would've
definitely be giving me the shit, the speed to keep me going.
Yep. And
They
then
would give me something to go to
eventually do
sleep.
all that. Oh.
You know, I would need something to probably go to sleep, and they'd hand you that. Dude, they
Oh
used
yeah,
to-
once you get on the medical merry-go-round, yo, they're not letting you off.
That's
My
give you everything.
dad gets blood thinner. The blood
Yeah.
thinner that they fucking give him is literally what they use to kill rats. Rats eat so
That
much
sounds
of
normal.
it that it thins their blood so much that they bleed internally and die. This is what they fucking give my dad, right?
But you're not allowed to give some mushrooms. You're not allowed to give someone mushrooms to cook.
Then, hey, this is even better. They go, don't eat, if you're on this medicine, don't eat too many leafy greens or this or that. Do you know why? It might counteract or might interfere with it. Do you know what it does? Thins your fucking blood. Why are we not trying to transition?
just don't double thin your blood
Why don't-
with the healthy shit. Just only thin your blood with our medical shit. Dude, it's-
Avoid the good stuff because you get too
it's-
thin
it's-
because you're already taking this. Not transition off of fucking this poison and we'll get you eating leafy greens all the time and get your levels down so that you're no longer my fucking patient.
because it's about the money.
Exactly.
And like that's what Dare was about. Like now that I'm thinking about it, because Dare was like, "Hey, guys, don't do drugs. Drugs are bad. In fact, here are all the bad side effects to drugs." And then I smoked weed one time, and I'm like just happy. I'm hungry. I'm fucking giggling. Having the best time of my life. Food tastes amazing. Life isn't. The music sounds better. And then I'm like, huh. I wonder if they lied about everything else.
exactly.
And then I tried not everything, but pretty much everything else.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, what did they did not lie about certain things, but a lot of them they lied.
See, when I was young, I had the shame. Like, we would have these amazing experiences these times. Because I remember it was,
Yeah, you
we're the
can't-
Just
Yeah, it
Say
was
No
still
era.
like you're
We're
not
the
supposed
80s. We're the
to.
Yeah,
Just Say
no,
No
I
era.
was still ashamed. Don't, and there was shame in it. Like
Like when you
I
should
did
be,
this,
that afterglow of like psychedelics. Like once again, we're talking drugs is a broad term. We shouldn't be using them all together.
No,
but after
should be
certain,
classified.
Yeah, after certain experiences, especially plant medicine experiences, there's this afterglow. You shouldn't be sitting in your room like, oh my God, what did I do last night? And all upset. You should actually be like the more important time, even with cannabis in the early times. I know we just kind of cannabis, but in the early times, it's psychoactive. It's psychedelic. Those are amazing experiences.
Oh, your first couple times getting
Oh.
high?
Oh yeah,
Yes,
it's a
or
bonding.
edibles.
You all
Crazy.
bond
Exactly.
with
So
people you
that,
smoke with.
Yeah.
but you know what's really what nobody ever tells us? I only learned this through the shamans. The most important time, and I almost chase that now, which is not a good thing to do either. But the most important time of let's just call them plant medicines. And you could throw some other ones in there. But the most is the next day, the afterglow. No one talks about the afterglow. The afterglow, and that's if you do these without alcohol could take away your afterglow.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying go out with your friends to do shrooms and drink a half a bottle of Jack Daniels because you're not going to feel good in the morning.
Well, you
Right.
should do the stuff.
You could do it that way if you'd
respectively
like.
anyway.
And you know what's crazy is
but
like
the afterglow is so important. And I'm sorry,
No.
but for me, it was when I was that young, and I also believe when you're very young, maybe you shouldn't have these experiences either. Maybe not as young as I started, but it was a shame for a couple weeks. Instead of just embracing,
Well,
okay,
what
I'm
are you
not going to go to
ashamed of?
sleep. Well, shame that because I'm telling you, I always said that I was in the psychedelic closet. I did so many psychedelics as a very young,
but you didn't like to expose to others.
and I
that you
never
did
told
it.
anybody.
That's not a bad thing.
It's
You
not.
should share it with others, but like only if they're ready.
Yeah, well, no, and not that I would be like, hey,
No,
just
not
so
like
you know,
do
I
it,
smoked
but I mean,
DMT
like,
or did this.
yeah.
But I'm saying I was like, I have so many friends, good friends, that now listen to the podcast and be like, bro, people that know me 30 years that are like, what?
I had no idea.
Had no idea.
Yeah.
I'm not that person anyway to go out and just be like, but I was always had that shame. I always had that shame. Like instead of like, you know, you're tossing and turning, you're trying to go to sleep because you have, you know, your responsibilities. Instead of saying, no, I'm going to ride this out. Like that's the perspective. I don't do it nearly as much anymore, almost hardly ever anymore. But if I was with the new lens that I have, that I did get to enjoy years ago, once I figured this out, is like, nah, man, I'm going to go for the ride on this. I'm going to journal this. I'm going to have fun with this while this is still lasting instead of fighting it. And I got to go to work tomorrow and all this stuff. And
that's when people have bad trips. And
well,
Yeah.
yes,
because
exactly.
they're fighting it. They
I
don't
think-
know how to just
Yes.
enjoy the ride.
Yes.
I think what you
Loosen
would
up, people.
benefit from is some microdosing. Because
You
as
think
soon as
Mike
I
hasn't
like,
tried Mike?
well, like honestly, I started doing it more frequently, and I'm feeling a lot better. I do a little bit, really little bit once a week, and
Once a
the
week?
afterglow. Well, because I want to do it properly. And the day
See ya.
before, I don't eat anything with dairy.
That's
I don't eat
smart.
anything with dairy the day I do it. I try to eat clean the day before.
That's smart.
And I try to meditate
You're
that
so
day, and that way the
responsible.
next day I do get like and then the afterglow is not so much of a good feeling physically, like I think you were talking about how the alcohol could fuck that up,
Yes.
but mostly like mentally.
Oh, yeah.
Like my mental thing is like I felt really good about yesterday, and this happened that showed me a better way. Make sure I keep on doing that in the future, because I was a big asshole online in this whole thing, this whole quarantine, and
That's
I lost a lot of friends, and I won a lot of them back. Yeah, but like a lot of people told me, like Yusef, if you're gonna keep on being a troll and an asshole, like I can't be a friend of yours, and I'm like,
Those
you
people
know
are
what?
soft.
Around.
Those people are soft.
Yeah, and you know what though? Like, look, get it. Let me be real with you though. Like, if I would never do that to their face, and if I did, you would know I'm joking. But because in a screen, you can't see.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
See,
The
that's
tongue
the
is shit.
difference. I talk shit right to people's face.
And that's fine then, because they'll know when you're joking or if you're serious.
They still don't.
But this microdose is, I know the biggest thing that happened to me, I remember, and most recently was, I took enough and I went to an open mic, and I just loved everybody. I was giving everybody hugs, even though we shouldn't have been, and they didn't care either. Nobody got sick, I didn't get sick, but like we loved each other, and, you know, and everybody's like, I like you. So what's going on? Why you so? I'm like, I'm just fucking happy, man. I'm happy to see you, and just be nice to people. That's what we got to do.
Mushrooms put a different perspective on. I've told people for a long time, if you have something you need to work out, take some fucking mushrooms. My one friend in Texas, in Austin, he kept saying he wants to take mushrooms. And I kept telling him, bro, I'll be your spirit guide. We'll keep the mood light. Everybody will have fun. I said, but if you have something to unpack, you're going to fucking unpack it at some point. And our one other friend it was the one dude's bachelor party. And we went on this little hill above Austin, and you could overlook Austin.
Mm-hmm.
And then our one buddy had built all these Jeep trails. So he's got like this Mexican radio station on, and he's blasting us through these little trails, and it was like just fucking
must
as
have
the
been so much
mushrooms
fun.
started to hit us. Yeah, it was like the perfect fucking setup, dude. It was so sick. And then like about an hour, two in, One dude disappears, and they're like, "Where is he? Where is he?" And I was
You
like,
guys
"No, you
took
gotta
the right
leave
amount,
him."
too, because none of you guys got nauseous or anything.
Well, that comes. It'll pass. You just gotta
You were in
not
nature,
dwell
though.
on it.
I noticed that.
You gotta be out.
You
One,
have to be
I
in
would rather
nature.
do it
You
while
have
it
to
was
be in
light.
nature.
I would rather do it while it was light, honestly. But being able to see the whole skyline of the city and shit was cool. And we did eat them when it was still light, and then watch it transition. But I do like doing them during the day because your colors are so vivid and shit like that.
So-
but anyway, the dude disappeared into the woods.
Oh, yeah,
and they were like, "We gotta find him," and I said, "No, you gotta leave him alone. Like, he's going through a divorce right now. He's totally unpacking that right now. Like, he's definitely fucking working on that whole scenario."
I mean, keep an eye on him, but definitely leave him
No,
to do that.
you don't.
But you know what else? Like, you
He's
almost
still
could have
nice
set.
and young.
You almost could have
We're
set him
dirt
up.
bikers.
Yeah,
We used to
these guys-
leave each other at parties at
I'm saying this like
clubs and shit. People are like, "I'm leaving
Well,
with
that's
some
different.
chick," or like
That's-
later,
that's
or
totally different.
or
For
we
pussy.
just bail out. Dude, my one friend was so hammered. This is a side note. My one friend was so. The girl was like, "Hey, come get your friend." I'm like, "Okay, I'm coming to get him." Then we're trying to find the bar, and then she keeps calling me, and then she started being a bitch, and I basically go, "Guess what? Now he's your fucking problem," and we just went someplace else.
There you go.
You guys want to? You can either keep talking or put on pause. I'm gonna go grab you guys more White Claws.
Or I can just edit,
That's what I'm saying.
boy.
Whichever
All right,
one.
whatever you guys want to do.
Because like
Keep
I
going,
can.
but
I was gonna say like you kind of set your friend up a little bit. A
For
little
what?
bit,
By
like-
the time we
'cause here's
went
why I
to
say
another
that.
club,
If you-
and by
if
the
you
time
were,
we
you were
got,
all, here's why you were all gonna do mushrooms and just have
Yeah.
fun, right?
no, we were drunk.
But you were all gonna-
Oh, that time.
just for the
Yeah,
bachelor
yeah, yeah.
party, and
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
is that
yeah,
when he
yeah.
had this little experience? Or no?
Yeah. I knew he was going to.
But
He
you know
needed
what?
to.
You warned him, and
He
he
needed
needed
to.
it, and that's
He
a different
needed
thing.
to.
Because like,
He
all right, this
wanted
is something
to.
that Mike doesn't maybe know about. So we'll talk. I want to help Brandon out, but I don't know if Brandon could do it.
Has he never done mushrooms?
No, and I don't know if he can handle it, and I don't know if I can handle
Him on mushrooms?
him like talking
Yo,
him
if
down
he
because
starts
you know how
acting-
he's such
Yeah, but-
he's so good at trying to win an argument that I don't think like I think he would
Ooh.
win he
No.
mentally would win
No, he
the
wouldn't.
argument and go down a bad rabbit hole instead of me being able to
I
talk
don't
him
think
out of
so. I think
You
honestly,
think it would help?
dude, you can't fake a trip. You know what I mean? Like you can win an argument, but you can't fake a fucking hard trip. You know what I mean?
Well,
that's some looking in yourself in the fucking mirror shit.
and what if I can't like what if he sees something he doesn't want to see and I can't
Then
talk
that's
him
the
down?
fucking truth, man.
That's why like I think I got to ease him in if I'm going to let him even try it.
No, yeah, I think you need.
You
he
can't go
needs-
full.
You
You
can't.
gotta,
Yeah.
you can't. I don't even think he should split an eighth. Like I
You
think like he
can't-
should do less than that.
No,
The first
I don't
time.
think you should step him in. I think he needs to go full on depths of the ocean and
take
just
a whole
look at
quarter.
himself and be like, not even a quarter, eighth
Oh my
would be
God.
fucking fine.
Dude.
Just dunk his head underwater and let him just go. What the fuck?
Yeah, maybe.
Yo, I had a girlfriend. And this is like when I was 23 or whatever. We broke up. She cheated on me or whatever. And
Damn.
we broke up. And then I got an offer to go to North Carolina to run this freestyle team. I had already had my team, but I got an offer to go there. And I went there and I was I was still like heartbroken about this chick. I was in my apartment by myself and I ate some mushrooms. And all of a sudden I was just like, I don't know how I got there. And I wasn't trying to work it out. I didn't realize that was a thing there. That's why I came up with this theory.
It's
I'm
a
like
good- it's a good
24.
idea.
I'm like, oh, this is 04. So I started thinking about how big the universe is, and I'm like, man, like it's so big. Like I'm just a little speck. I'm like, and there's tons of these little specks. And then I was just like, I'm this one little speck, and I'm worried about this other little speck. There's so many other specks. Why am I fucking tripping? And then that was it.
Dude, so like I've done more than my share of mushrooms to try to help out with
I've
different
done other
things.
people's mushrooms too.
And like I went up to a quarter once and it was just nausea, but I also was doing it indoors and not outdoors because it was in the wintertime. Bad thing. You need to be
Tea?
in nature. But the thing is you need to be in nature.
Have you done tea?
I did do tea the first time I ever did it
I like
actually.
tea.
And I liked it. I didn't, and that's the thing, like I felt great, but I didn't hallucinate and I was expecting
Oh,
to
really?
hallucinate.
Huh.
And I don't care now because I know I don't. No matter how much I take, I don't visually see anything.
I don't
It's
either.
All a mental thing.
I
for
can
me.
see trails.
Every once in a while, like
Yeah.
I split an eighth, and I was able to see, like the trails or whatever it's
It's
called.
not like
things.
acid.
No, and even on acid, I never saw anything.
Really?
And I took a lot at one point. Like I took,
I did acid
but like I
once.
didn't. I took a lot for like my generation,
Just
which is
a-
8 hits, where I didn't do
I
like.
took 1, I think.
Yeah, but like, I didn't see anything on 8. I'm not. I freaked the fuck out mentally.
It must have been shit fucking acid.
It probably was, to be real with you, because like honestly, I think all acid is shit unless it's in a vial and it's been refrigerated and I'm getting it from a dealer, and that's not possible. This is not the 1960s, the CIA, where they just drop it in my coffee, a whole drop.
What was the,
they would put like 100 hits in somebody's coffee,
what can
and
you
then
get
watch
now?
them freak out.
Mescaline? Or
No, Quaaludes.
Quaaludes.
I don't even know what that's
Me
like.
neither.
I kind
What
of
is it?
curious. I don't know, but like from
They're
what I
all
saw on Wolf of
carb.
Wall
That
Street,
sucks.
is like you'll think you're like driving a car perfectly, and you just be like, ah. I'm like, oh, it's just alcohol, basically.
They were doing that in fucking
Wolf of Wall Street
no.
was the other.
Also,
Fear and Loathing in
yeah,
Las Vegas.
exactly.
Oh, I love that. I
Exactly.
got the Hunter S. Thomas glasses.
yeah.
Thompson. God damn it. Hey, this time make sure you put 1 F in my name. Last time you put 2.
I always do.
Thank you, sir.
I can't spell.
It's all good.
Ask Mike.
You know what it is? Like there's
Mike writes me all the time. He's like,
there's
"Yo,
there's
you
a-
spelled Andy's name wrong."
Here's the thing.
Then he writes me back an hour later. He's like, "Yo, it's the wrong date."
Well,
It's the wrong
but
month.
here's the thing. Like there is a Goff, a Goff, that's a football player, and people are like, "Are you
I don't
related?"
know that.
And I'm like, "No, he has 2 goddamn Fs." So like, do you think like I just dropped an F because I'm Muslim? Like, like
You just killed it.
oh, I don't know.
Is that a bad joke? I don't
Sorry.
watch football enough to even know that there's a guy named Goff.
Yeah.
with
I don't
2
watch
Fs,
any football.
Honestly,
I just
I don't.
I got
know-
this shirt being at a bar because
Yeah,
I
I
had a
was gonna say,
tank top on.
that's-
It's a tank.
Honestly-
It's a bar shirt. It has
Yeah.
Coors Light on it.
Honestly, I
Yes.
think that you said you probably said GOF, not 2 or something like that.
And you thought I said
And here's what people don't understand with the universe. You'll get it too. It's like a dog. You can't say,
Not.
"Don't do that. Don't get the ball." The dog's gonna get the fucking
You gotta-
ball
I
because
see
you
what you're
said the
saying.
words.
Yep.
Like you can't put "don't" in
Alright.
front of it. The universe doesn't get that.
I wasn't mad at you, but like
Yo,
now
so you
I
just
get it. Now I
don't
get it. Don't
say-
mention it. I shouldn't have said anything.
You
this time.
directed me that way. Now I'm like, I don't know if it's a 1 or 2. Like, fucking.
So I missed
Facebook.
spelling. We're talking about spelling.
It was just a little.
Yeah, I
quick
mean, I'm
side
a
note.
retard,
We went
obviously.
from there to
It's
We
fine.
we were talking about. I'll get
No,
back
we were
to
talking
the
about
other thing.
mescaline.
And then
Oh,
we were and
mescaline.
Quaaludes. We wanted.
Quaaludes,
We were
that's what it
curious
was.
about
Yeah.
Quaaludes.
You ever done Quaaludes?
Never done real Quaaludes. I was at a bar.
What is a fake
We don't
Quaalude?
even know what it's like. We were
Yeah,
curious.
you're not gonna know what
Like
it's
that.
like. There are some rich motherfuckers that have the lemons somewhere.
Are they still like?
In their
no,
they
you
still
they,
work?
They're not.
They're not like.
Yeah, they're
they
old
don't, like
ones.
go
There's some
bad.
people that, nah, drugs don't go bad. It's the biggest bullshit in the world. They don't
Okay.
go
I know,
bad.
like,
Pills,
certain-
those are pharmaceuticals.
Certain things
You
like
do
you can see them
double
like
up.
crumble or something.
Well,
I don't think they
pharmaceuticals-
lose
Pain
potency.
pills don't.
No, especially back. Yeah, exactly. Pharmaceuticals.
Old pain
like
pills,
that.
you just take 2 instead of 1.
Yeah, but the so I was at a rave where 2 guys I know got real. I think they're called lemon. You know, the wafers or whatever. And I saw actually 2 times I saw them on them, and I was like, damn, I wish I could try that, but they wouldn't share. And they were fucking another planet. And apparently in the 70s, that's what everyone did. Yeah, I never got Quaaludes.
Yo, Joey Diaz talks about that shit all
Yeah.
the time, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what is that? And then I saw Wolf of Wall Street, and I'm like, I still don't understand.
Oh, I-
like what, like because like
All
you,
my old OG motherfuckers that I came up with, they all talked about Quaaludes. I've seen them on them. They just never shared them because back then they was like, oh, this is like private stash. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
when
blah.
did they stopped it? I'm guessing at some point.
70s or something.
What they realized
no,
it was just
stopped
a
in
drug?
the 80s.
Yeah.
Stopped like late 80s.
Yeah.
So like
Maybe even in the 90s. But then eventually they were like, there's no need for this drug. They just pulled. It's one of those weird things. Where
What
it
was
just
it
got-
originally for?
I think like Xanax. I think it was like an anxiety type thing.
Awesome.
Oh,
I think.
so. You know what? That's probably why. Because I'm like, bro, there's
FDA
gotta be-
approved it.
Well,
Fuck
here's
you
the thing.
guys.
Like, if they made something and they got rid of it,
It's
like
one of the
there
weird
are
things,
drug
man.
chemists, like the ones who
Exactly.
make acid, the ones that make DMT.
Yes.
Like, because there's no pharmaceutical version of DMT.
No,
they would have
you're
made
right,
a
and it's very
pharmaceutical
You
strange.
just need to find
So
a
if it's
cooler,
Xanax-
cool enough.
No, it's very
fucking-
like the
because-
dark web. Everything's making a comeback. There's a lot of old drugs making a comeback because of the dark web, and it's really a lot of super labs out of China. It's a whole other episode
All
we
right.
could do, and I'd love to
All
have you
right,
on.
episode 11.
Yeah, we
we're
could
doing
talk about
fucking
super
Quaaludes.
labs
No, we're
and-
doing them. We're gonna. Just
We're not gonna get
order
Quaaludes.
them.
We're gonna be puddles
we have
on
to
the
get
floor.
the fentanyl test kit.
We're not going to get Quaaludes. But yeah, I'm surprised with the super labs that there's not Quaaludes because they have brought every drug back. But yeah, it's not something you see. I don't know. It's weird.
Well, like my thing is most drugs.
One of
there-
our
there's the real drugs and
thousands
then
of
the
listeners.
street drug, right? Like you can do real heroin or you can do oxycodone or oxycodone, oxys basically.
Yeah, see, that's
Yeah.
And those are just
Yeah, synthetic
it's a
pain.
precise version though. Like you get a specific
Well, Roxaset,
dosage.
like Roxaset or the original Oxycontin, that's literally heroin. It's
Right.
just
It's
heroin
just-
in a
it's-
dosage.
exactly.
It's literally you don't
And
get.
there's no
You
cut.
don't get.
And the same thing with Adderall is basically meth
Yes.
without the cut. And
Exactly,
that's what
dude.
I'm saying. Like you may or may not realize you're a
Exactly.
meth or a heroin addict
don't.
until
Well, and with
they
pain
stop.
pills,
they cut it
one
off.
is just cut with acetaminophen,
Yes.
and one is cut with.
Which is honestly
Tylenol.
worse for you.
Yeah,
The guys that are really
Yeah,
popping those
th-
pills, it's
that's
worse.
what
They're
the-
taking all
yeah.
that. I can't
and you
say the
can't
word.
snort them because of that.
Yeah, well, I've seen them do it, but yeah, it's.
I mean, I've seen me do it too.
yeah,
It's not fucking
No,
enjoyable.
I've actually seen people
No.
do it, but
Yeah.
With the blue ones, you can't do the big blue lower tabs. Woo!
yeah, no, that's not good
anymore. I mean, good. Honestly, like it's good if they're trying
No,
to
I
do
mean,
that.
if you snort them, there's
like to
just
try
too
to
much
stop
cut.
that. It's
for you.
better.
Yeah, but you know what I think? I think
They burn
guys,
them.
you know what I think the next wave is going to be. I hate to say, I feel bad for all the people. I think the next wave is they're going to take away the Adderall, and then you're going to see.
Everybody's gonna
a big
no
mess.
way, no
Yes,
way,
yes,
no way.
yes. Because you're going to see. Because remember, you've toured the country, right? You've seen meth everywhere. Have
Oh,
you
I
seen
lost
meth
a
in New
girl
York and
from-
New Jersey?
No.
No, because
No.
we're too high fucking class for it.
Yeah, guess what?
No,
When
but
they
that's
you know
all
what?
it
when
is.
They take away your Adderall.
That's all it
No,
is.
but
Take away your
he's
Adderall,
right.
what's gonna
He's
happen?
Yo.
right. You're absolutely right because you know
No.
what?
It's
I
coming.
lost a girlfriend because she was addicted to
Oh,
fucking Adderall.
and then just like they did heroin, pushed everybody down the
Yes,
heroin.
it's
Yeah.
coming.
Yeah, but
it's coming to a theater near
the
and
you.
you know
com-
what? They even prepped us with fucking Breaking Bad.
Yes, that was,
No,
you
no,
took the
no,
words
no,
out of my
no.
mouth.
But the country,
Yes.
okay, but where are they producing this meth?
I don't know the answers. I don't know who did 9/11.
So
I
do
just-
you not watch
I'm very
Breaking
good at
Bad?
asking the questions.
Underground. Like this is now even goes.
Those are
Bro,
illegal people.
holy
Here's my
shit.
point,
All
though.
the
No,
fucked
no,
up
no.
fucking
You know how
places.
No, no,
you know how they
Here's
love to
my
show
point.
this shit? They love to show
Yeah,
this shit in the
in plain
media,
sight,
right?
yes.
In plain sight. And guess what? You know they have these deep underground military bases.
Yes.
That's kind of what it was a deep underground lab in Breaking Bad.
Area
to make
51
meth, and
is
they made their
trafficked people and meth.
Bro, I'm telling you.
dude, deep
They're
underground.
going to pull the
military bases are
Adderall from
everywhere.
everyone.
They're gonna.
And people are going to freak the fuck out. And guess what they're going to go to? Just like everyone went to heroin. No, I
You
would
gotta
never do
find
heroin.
meth
I
or
just
coke
take
or
my
coke.
fucking pill from a doctor.
They might
And-
do coke, but I don't know. They might
Coke is
want.
making a comeback,
they'll
too.
need the heroin or the meth. I mean, for
Sure,
that
though.
long lasting, because they need it for 8 hours. They can't keep going to the bathroom to snort.
Yeah.
Oh, does the country have a lot of coke? I bet we have tons of coke.
But right
don't know. I
now,
don't
that's
know.
the
I bet
other
you that's
thing with
what's
the
in Fort
border. That was
Knox.
the other thing that was raising the
not
prices. The
gold.
borders
It's
being
gold.
shut. That was
Yes.
preventing a lot of drugs coming in and out. Like,
Dude, that could be another thing he's talking about. Because, yeah, all the layer. That's the one thing we can produce.
oh, we're the
We can't
biggest
produce-
importer of drugs.
But we can produce meth in-house.
Oh yeah.
That's an in-house thing.
Fuck yeah, who's got the best? New Mexico. Woo!
That's right. We want that.
I've never done that.
crystal
I could
blue.
say it's easier for me to say
clear
the drugs
blue
I haven't
sky.
done. I have never done meth. I've done Adderall. I've
Well,
never
that's
done
the thing. Like you've done meth, and you've just done a
Exactly.
specific
Yes.
dosage of it, and that's why, like, I did too much because it was Adderall, and
Mhm.
I was told, hey, if you do this, you'll be able to read your entire fucking 300 pages for your thesis
Who
paper of
prescribed this to
research.
you, your buddy?
Yeah, you know, your local friendly,
His friend.
non-actual ADD-ridden student.
He's like, yeah, bro.
And he gave me. I don't even
Bro,
remember the
take
dosage.
2 of these.
I don't remember the dosage,
like,
but
"Don't worry,
he
take
said
two.
he
You'll
said
crush it.
take,
How many did
he
you
said
take?
one
Uh-huh.
a day. Except I only had one day, so I took both. I took them 12 hours apart. I took them 12 hours apart, so I'm not gonna die, obviously. But like, as soon as the second one kicked in, I went into like overdrive. I felt like you know when you see those meth people like doing the shopping, dancing, and all that. Like that was me.
You
Like,
cleaned
I was
every
like,
part of your house.
I was basically like I was going out having cigarettes and dancing hard as fuck.
sucked his
Like I
first
could
dick.
not stop moving.
You
I
smoked.
probably could have.
You
I
smoked.
did actually. That's actually when I did, and it was my own dick, and it was the best dick I could have ever sucked because it was my own. Okay, I was so goddamn flexible on that meth, and it was meth. But I also got a B+ on that paper, and I just bullshitted, typed 20 fucking pages, read like 300 pages of research, just fucking threw a whole bunch of shit together and talked about how weed should be decriminalized, and I got a B+. So, liberals.
You got a fucking A.
There you go.
I didn't read
So
the paper. You
meth.
got an A.
But honestly, I wanted to do it so many more times, and I'm just so glad that my guy just like, no, this is a once in a while thing. Like, I need this.
If you went to your doctor,
Because
and
he
told him
was
that, He would
addicted.
have gave you fucking.
He was not a real dealer of it. You know, like certain
Yeah.
people just get it and then just deal it out,
Yeah.
but most people will
He was being
give you a
kind. He
couple.
was sharing.
He was sharing, yes, because I needed it for the paper.
I'm
But
telling you, I think the next one is.
That was a
meth.
good
If-
drug dealer.
yeah,
'Cause
no,
he's
he
not
wasn't
trying
a
to
dealer.
push you.
No, he's
He's
not a
not trying
dealer.
to get
He's
you.
not, he wasn't
Oh,
a dealer. He
alright,
was a friend.
alright.
I would call him a friend.
Yeah.
I did call him one earlier, and I'm sorry. I didn't mention his name though.
No, please don't do that.
Yeah,
No,
why
it's
would you
not
do
worth
that?
That wouldn't be nice.
Yeah, I already mentioned my name and then I did it.
Be
so
like,
that
yo.
that's me.
Be like, yo, hit my boy up if you need anything.
William Patterson.
You knew. That's exactly where I went.
Yeah, William Patterson.
All of them. So look, if you need it, just go to William Patterson
Yo,
when
it's
it
like
reopens.
it's
just hang out
block
in the
number,
library.
it's cube number, whatever.
Bro, just go to the library
Go to Willie P.
and find out. You'll find them.
Is the kid twitching a
Dude,
little bit?
Everybody, yeah.
we found. I've told this story a bunch of times.
Yeah,
We
fucking tell it
found
again.
Adderall in one of the cars that they were gonna crush with the monster trucks at a monster truck show.
I heard this. I love this.
So the guy popped the trunk open, and it was a whole bottle just filled with them. And he's like, "It's like baby coke." So he's
Yeah.
cutting it out. Yeah. Well, I realized at 5. I'm like, everybody needs to go to sleep at like 6 in the morning.
No, and you're not.
No, I laid there and listened to my heartbeat through my fucking pillow.
Yeah.
And then I peed every 20 minutes, and I was just like, I don't think this is okay. Is this okay? I don't think my heart. Why can I hear my heart?
And try jerking off on that.
Yo, I didn't get a correct hard on for 2 fucking weeks after
Yeah.
that.
Oh, wow.
It's
I
the
I
worst
thought
for
I
that.
broke my dick.
I
feel
think it
bad for
does
you.
break your dick. To be
I
honest,
thought my
if you
dick
do it
was
long,
broke.
if you do it long term,
So the next
that's why
day-
people do Viagra with that, because you need
Then
your
they're
dick to
smart
work,
and hard.
or you're
They're smart.
fucking methed up and hard. Look,
Dude, it was
People-
horrible. I was like, this drug's not worth it if my dick doesn't work. What are we doing here?
this one.
What the fuck are we?
This one
Maybe
guy.
that's why people are so fucking smart on it. Dick don't work. What else they got to do?
Yeah, this
Read
one.
shit.
Yeah, but you want to fuck. And I have a curse where no drug fucks my dick up, which is a curse. It's not a good thing, guys.
Most don't, but that
No,
one.
There's nothing.
That
Thank
one-
God
Mine.
for you. Alcohol.
No, it's
for
good, but
me.
it's not good. 'Cause it's
Alcohol
not.
does.
You
I
want
get
you're
whiskey.
fucking
No.
tripping. You want to trip. You don't want to bang.
I can
but
put
this is-
through anything
But
except
you
for
can.
Adderall.
You were saying.
Yeah,
Except for Adderall.
it's not a. It's not. It's a curse.
It's not a. Oh,
It's not
so
the best
you would
thing.
you'd have sex while you're
It
like.
ruins
Yeah, it's not the
drugs.
best. It's not the best
ruins
thing.
drugs.
It makes
Hold on.
you
Can,
want
I, can I
more
say
drugs.
one thing real quick because I didn't mention it? You should always do psychedelics in nature. Always in nature, and if you feel a heaviness, you need to ground yourself. Sit on the ground. It's something I learned
This one
recently.
shut itself off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I could.
That's fine. Yo,
All right.
yo, always
Want
be in
Want to
nature.
talk about real?
I just
how
wanted to say
really
that
ground.
because, like,
It's
honestly,
a practice, though.
it was the
So-
first thing I did is I started meditating and sitting on the ground and
Yeah.
laying down too if I got really heavy,
I'll teach you how to really ground, though.
and then I really
just
had a
sitting on the
great
ground.
experience instead of feeling nauseous.
It's more than just sitting on the ground.
Please.
So when you want to ground, you could do this in any situation. And honestly, I should do it more, and I know how to do this, and I don't.
You mean the barefoot?
Well, you could do it barefoot. It doesn't matter. But you could be in an office building. You could be anywhere. So when you need to ground, that's very, very true. So before, during, after psychedelic experience, or any time things are crazy, you want to ground. So how to ground? You either sit in a chair, stand up, whatever. But you want to make sure your feet are on the ground, right? Then you pretend that in your feet are roots, and the roots are growing all the way down to the center of Mother Earth, right to the center. Just all that's all you think about, right?
That's kind of how I
If you
felt.
want, I'll walk you guys through. We could do a grounding exercise right now. You just kind of close your eyes, sit there.
Work in the attic?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it'll
it'll
work.
work
It'll work,
everywhere,
dude. I
dude.
grounded with our guest the one time. So you sit there, right? You close your eyes. You take a couple deep breaths. Is what I would do. I could do it on camera. Yeah, you guys can. Right, and then you just think about your breath going down, and you think about the bottom of your feet, and you think about when you
Fucking up this
when you
whole
when you
floor
when you
with
when
my
you
roots.
exhale, you think about roots. You have deep, deep roots going all the way, all the way, all the way down. They're going all the way down into the center of Mother Earth. Mother Earth is in the center of core, is a bright white luminous light, right? Then you breathe into that, and then you breathe up, and you take that energy from Mother Earth coming up the roots, goes back into your body, and then you do one more exhale, and you blow that energy back down to Mother Earth. Now you're grounded. You can do that exercise all the time. That's
I like that,
That's a
man.
real grounding exercise.
I'm gonna
And
start
it's
doing
very
that more
simple.
often.
It's very simple.
My feet are very heavy.
But you can do that. You can do that when you're anxious.
I feel like I'm still anchored in. Like
that's
it's
what it
so
does, man.
Good.
No, that's what it does. So when you're the problem is
So I don't
I'm good
have
at
to
teaching
take-
this
I'm
stuff.
actually
I
gonna
don't do
start.
it.
I'm gonna start
You feel
doing
like-
this like
should.
more often right before I get on stage because
should.
I
When
feel like I'm going to just. Oh, I don't know. I'm getting chills right now.
You
just
should,
thinking
bro,
about it.
because what it does is it grounds
feels
you.
good.
So when you're especially people like us,
Dude, I
we're
did that for
people
like
that are
5
all
seconds, 10
over.
seconds. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
that's it. It's it.
Jesus, that was great. And I don't even believe. I believe Jesus is a prophet, so I didn't say his name
Yeah.
in vain. I
Not so-
apologize.
You're all-
Who cares?
I think
if
you guys
their
are
name
cr-
is said in
Catholic.
vain?
I don't know if you're
no,
not.
well, I was raised that way. That's not
All
fair.
right, so nobody punch me, please.
Grounding, no. Grounding is when, especially people like us, artists, people that we're all over the place. We're not grounded people. We're not. So when you do that quick exercise, you ground yourself. I'm
Speak
supposed
for
to be. I've
yourself.
been told by so many prophets, whatever you want, that I need to ground a lot more than I do.
Well, it's good to do that. That's why, like they say, walk barefoot in the grass.
Yes, that's
Because that's an
but
easy
very
way to do
important.
it. It's like
Very important.
It's like a simple way to do it
Yes.
without mentally doing it,
100%,
like you were
100%.
saying.
I thought you had to take your underwear off and sit with your nuts in the dirt
Hey, if you do that, you're only
Well, I
gonna
take
get
it to the
even
next
better.
level.
That's the next level,
and your butthole.
Yeah, you stick your butthole into the grass.
dude. On my
And you
30th,
kinda,
My dog is so grounded.
yeah, you know what your dog. Yeah, you know how your dog does that thing.
She's grounded.
You ground
Imagine.
and then you just
She doesn't
do
drag
that
her
glide.
butt,
Yeah, you
but-
drag
Oh my
your
God.
ass
Only when
across
there's something hanging.
beautiful grass.
I imagine
That's
that.
next level grounding.
I'm
On a
gonna have
half
to try-
tap.
I'm gonna sun my butthole and then
Oh.
drag it right
like
across.
as they're breathing in, the
That's how you
the
become
good energy is
Jesus.
going up the asshole, and as it's going out, it's going down the
fuck
testicles.
yeah.
I can never be serious, but yes, I know.
Just kidding.
No, I know.
I never
I'm saying I
thought
can never
about
be
it.
I'm
serious. I'm
s-
saying I'm trying to tell you guys something.
I'm like, I feel like
This guy
I
had
ruined
chills
everything.
second
Wait a
ago, and now we're
minute.
talking
I
about
ruined
butthole.
everything.
Did I just take energy
okay.
from the goddamn lizard people? Aren't they in the middle of the earth? God damn it! I took
Good,
lizard people
steal it.
energy.
They steal
Steal
everything. They steal everything from
We're
us.
just trying. Maybe that's just us taking our fucking energy
power back.
Yeah.
Take the power back. That's
Look,
what it is. You gotta
I
take it
know
back.
I've been able to see the lizard people, and so I can see some.
Have you?
Yeah, I did a little thing.
Did
And
you?
I noticed some people are lizard people, and you know what? Like they're just regular people at this point. Like I don't know any like high class lizard people, like people with power. But like
Is
there's
there
regular
that? I
people.
thought all
I
of them
think
were.
I think some of them just might just be like us. Like there just might be like regular people at this point.
There
Like,
has to be
fuck ups.
other
Like there's a
lizard
fuck up
people.
lizard people family. Like we just can't. They
like
work
white
security.
trash.
He's like
Oh,
the
that's
janitor,
right.
and
It's
then
like
the
a great
the
trash,
janitor,
right?
and then
And
marry like a regular person. They make like a half lizard hybrid. Yeah, there's definitely like. Yeah, there's look. If there's lizard
I
people,
could've been in the
they're not
center.
all bad. Look,
Fucking janitor thinks
Well,
you're
no,
all that big.
you know what's so
so
racist is thinking all lizard people would be bad. That's so fucked up because that's like saying all Muslims are terrorists or all Jews are evil. Like, you know what I mean?
Hey, I banged
like
some
it.
chicken in the Tyson family. You know the Tyson chicken family? But she was on the side that didn't get any money.
Yeah. And it's like, look, not everybody's evil. I'm sure there's like a
Walmart.
Mike Tyson
It was her grandfather. They were just, no, the Tyson chicken.
I bet you there's like a nephew.
She was like,
that-
my grandfather owns that or whatever. I'm like, what's up? And she was like, yeah, she doesn't like my son. He doesn't like
Yeah.
my son.
But
Her
they're
mom's
all
not a lizard.
She shouldn't even mention it.
like, unless it comes up and
They
you
made it
like,
kinda
expect to
funny.
use
She was
it
like-
for money. But like, that's the thing.
Spit out chicken
It was at a circus. She only banged me because I worked at the circus.
She could swallow two swords.
No, she literally said, I've just always wanted to bang somebody from the circus. And I was like, is this really a thing?
Oh
I
my
swallowed
God.
2 swords for it, too.
Oh my God, that's like a pegging reference, almost a reverse. I don't know. I'm done.
everyone
I'm
get
done
one?
with that. I'm not going to talk about that bullshit. I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. Thank you,
I said I
sir.
wasn't going to drink tonight.
It's all
It was
right.
serious
I'll drive
fun.
you.
I know we
if
got
need
all
it.
No,
excited.
I'm
in
driving.
here.
But, I mean, I'm not driving. I'm Ubering.
We're all going to Uber. Or be responsible because that's
I'm
what we
going to
do.
sleep behind the dumpster for a while.
But
You fucking cleaned it up so nice. You can. I might join you. I might join
I
you.
need a couple of tiki torches back there, and we'd be fucking good to go.
dude, can you? I can imagine like a member of the Walmart family who's like
Who, me?
who does enough like mushrooms, and he's like, "Fuck it, I don't want the money, bro."
No.
And then they cut him off from the family, just sitting in like a commune, just like meditating all day.
You're touching so many topics that we're going to get into. When we do the real drug episode, you're going to come in.
Hell yeah.
You're going to come in. Because
What do
you're
you mean the
touching.
real drug episode?
No, because we're going to do an episode that's like.
Where we
Like
do drugs?
specifically
It's gonna
on
be
drugs.
10 parts.
Maybe we can.
It's gonna be
even
like the
do
fall of the
drugs.
cabal. We're gonna allegedly do drugs. It's gonna be like the fall.
Allegedly, yes.
It's gonna be like
That
the
was
fall of the
I forgot that
cabal, but
word.
for drugs.
Allegedly.
It's gonna be a
Ooh.
10-part series.
And like, are there like 10 different drugs you want to touch upon? Like, should we give them a preview of what
Obviously,
this idea
that's
is?
a-
If you have an
that's
idea,
Um,
are they like that? Oh, we should talk about the types of drugs.
Yeah,
Is
we're
that what
talking
you mean? The
about-
classifications?
Yeah, we'll go through each
like
one.
because they shouldn't just be
You
called
got 'em
drugs. They should be
excited now.
specific.
Did you give them Adderall?
Yes. Yes.
Exactly.
All right. I'm 100% in on that. If you want me,
Drugs.
any of the ones, even if I'm just like a part-time, like sit
So
on the
let's
side,
start.
I
Let's
would love
try
to.
and classify drugs. Let's make
at least
let's
make some. Well,
we could make like
the simplest
a,
ways, right?
a thing online,
Like the
for
food
free
pyramid.
thinkers. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Break every or
Like
like
the
a
dr-
like a pie.
You know what? And the
And be
food
like-
pyramid's fucked up too. Like they told you to just eat bread all day
Dude.
long.
Yeah, it's just
And
smoke
look at-
weed
don't
all
get
day
at me
long.
on
Every
that
kid's
one.
fucking diabetic
Yeah.
because they followed that thing.
The whole
Jesus.
food pyramid is
So it's
fucked.
gonna be the
so
same
fucked.
thing with the fucking drug pyramid.
no fat. They're like
Every
no
kid's
fat.
on Adderall. Like, no,
Mhm.
man, you gotta take acid.
Just switch
once a
it to
week.
mushrooms and
No
and
You do
fat.
fucking ketamine on the weekends. What are you,
You-
retarded?
Yeah. Listen, yo,
Dude, the
it was
meth?
fucked up. My friend worked for Disney, right? And he would leave to do other shows, and then he would do coke because it would be out of his system when he went back. And he goes, "I would love to do smoke weed."
I would
And
love
I'm
to-
like, "Disney is forcing you to do coke.
Oh,
it's like-
they force you."
Well, that's the
Bro,
thing
that is
with
so
poli-
for real. I had friends that would smoke PCP. They would smoke
Much
dust
better.
because they're like, I can't get. I'll go back to jail if I smoke weed. but I
Yeah,
can smoke this
exactly.
dust. I'm like, what the
Well,
fuck?
that's what they say with cops. Like cops would do coke because it leaves their system faster, but they can't smoke
About 3
weed.
days.
And literally something that would make you
97
more aggressive.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you, I've never thought about fighting, but I've had the thought to fight. Like I'm not gonna go
now
fight somebody
imagine,
on
now
coke.
imagine you already kind of have a chip on your shoulder, and you got
And you're stressed out, and you're already got your
Dude, you pulled
adrenaline up,
over
and you
just
do
fucking
that.
kept going.
are
Now-
kind of allowed and used to kind
Well,
of manhandling.
I don't think they're
people a
doing it
little
on
bit.
the job. I don't think they are. I feel like
I'm
this
sure
is when
they-
they're at
there's
the
definitely
bar.
one
This
dude's
is
got
no,
an
this is
eight-ball in the
no, this is
corridor.
them at the bar getting drunk, not getting a DUI. I'm gonna do some blow. It's gonna keep me
yeah.
sober,
I'm not getting pulled over.
but I'll also fuck you up if you don't agree
I don't
with what
think
I'm talking
cops give a
about.
fuck.
and
I'll
Pablo
get
gave me a
pulled over.
fucking Viagra so I could fuck my lady too.
Exactly. You're gonna get no
Woo!
shrimp dick. Your dick's gonna be
So
full
he's
on.
ready to go.
He's raging.
You got a little
You got a
Viagra.
raging hard on.
You got a half a fucking. You got a 25 milligram Viagra. You got a motherfucking. You got a half of a fucking gram of coke. You're all night long. Yes,
Are you getting
dick pills.
excited, Mike?
Yeah, there's just so many
Mike-
things that
Mike already
I'm
got
learning,
hard just
I'm
talking
learning
about
it.
not
I
to
know all
say,
about
but
the
I'm
dick
laughing
pills.
at my own jokes in my head. But we're recording.
I know all about the dick pills, guys. I use dick pills as a performance enhancing supplement.
Yeah?
I only use it when yeah, it's like I don't use it just
You're
to
way
jerk
too
off.
young for them.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
use it to jerk off. I use it if
Thank
I'm
God.
if I'm
Like, what
drinking.
the
Yeah,
f-
I'm not
why
a
would-
creep. It's like if I'm drinking, and I know I'm meeting a girl, I bring some with me. And it's a quick action thing. It's not a long action
You
thing.
can't just get a boner?
Cialis, well, yeah, I can get a boner, but I don't want to risk it. And here's the thing.
You don't want to
Now-
risk what? Not getting a boner?
Here's what happens to me sometimes. I'll be fucking a
too
girl,
excited?
and I have too much drink, and even if I don't get whiskey dick, I'll fall asleep while I'm fucking.
so
At
rude.
least
So
if I
then
fall
you
asleep
need
while I'm
coke, not a
fucking.
dick pill.
Yeah, but at least if I fall asleep while I'm fucking, it's like I have a dildo. That dick don't fall asleep. That dick is still right there as long as the motion is still going.
Ah, okay. So you,
But what
This
good
one
was
girl
it?
told me, like, I'm pretty sure you fell asleep, but I rode you until I came, so thank you. And I was like, okay,
Hey.
we all won.
So you didn't get a bad Yelp review.
No,
You know, she didn't give you 1 star.
no, the dick
She
always
came.
works.
See,
and like, I don't need it, but like,
I
if I
took-
drink,
I
I
took
like to
something
take
once.
some and
Hey,
a
Jimmy,
little amount.
That's not good, bro.
I
Why
took
you think
something
you think
once-
it'll hurt
I think
me?
you're gonna get my age and you're gonna be fucking.
And it
Yeah.
won't work at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel
Your
like
dick-
if that happens, I'll just take like quadruple the amount
Yes,
until my
Because
heart
your dick's
dies.
getting used to having help.
Dude, it's like the antidepressants. You think?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right,
the
what's the?
dick.
I gotta find the all natural version. Like
Yo,
just
They
leafy
have 'em.
greens.
They have 'em.
No, like
You're
test,
healthy enough.
test
You're gonna be
boosters
fine.
and shit.
Yeah.
I know. I'm,
Dude, I,
don't
take some
need
test
it.
booster and
honestly,
I'm
Take
like,
500 megs of Sustanon. You'll be.
Here's the other thing. It's
even
really
over the counter shit, just stuff to make you produce more. Dude, I'll be like fucking rock
this
hard
Is not no carnival. We got off the rails.
shooting huge loads.
the only time though. Like I don't need it, but like
We've gone off the rails here.
the thing is,
No.
it does help
turned
when I
into a
have like
carnival
whiskey dick, especially, and then I start abusing it. where it's like, even if I don't
Dude.
find the girl attractive, I can fuck the shit out of her.
Yeah. Well, that's what dudes do anyway,
I feel
right?
like
They're
it's
like, you have
for-
nice toes.
That's it. Viagra got rid of
They find one
fluffers. There's
thing.
no more fluffers because you can just pop a Viagra
Yeah,
and
but
fuck anything.
Who cares?
Because a lot of
when
those
the
guys
guy-
are gay porn stars.
Yeah, a lot of them. But when they come into the scene and they're already just like, obviously something's going on. Anyway, the time I've taken we did a show and they had like a Dick Phil sponsor.
Blue Chew.
Well,
I just don't like Blue Chew because your whole mouth gets blue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Blue
it's like
Chew?
fucked up.
I don't even know
You
what
gotta
you're
take that
talking
shit and then
about.
brush your
That's,
goddamn
Sam's-
teeth.
It's like
They all do
one of
it.
the last,
Blue Chew is like a
one
big
of the
dick
last
pill thing.
sponsors.
Blue Chew. This podcast also sponsored by Blue Chew.
Sam does
Get
the best-
rock hard cock.
One of the best reads ever is Sam talks about how he takes a Blue Chew just in case he goes into the streets and he might have to fight.
Yo, it helps,
Bro,
It helps with that.
he
It
goes
does.
because
It honestly
nothing.
does.
His bit about it is amazing. I don't want to ruin it, but it's amazing. He's like, because nobody knows what to do, and you got a rock hard boner, you start throwing hands.
Yo,
I think it's so
word
hilarious.
up. That's a fact right there too.
It's
It
so-
didn't work for me.
You
I
won't
came
get
too
one, by the way.
fast, and then I was too sensitive,
No,
Bro,
fuck.
here,
and then
here's the
it
worst.
ruined the whole deal.
The worst thing about Viagra, I'll tell you this.
Oh, you could piss a girl off with that too.
No, the worst part about doing it, honestly, is you can come, and then 5 minutes later you'll be hard again.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
and if
you
it's
gotta
somebody
take a
you
piss.
don't want to fuck again, it's like, come on, look, you look excited. Your friend is ready to go. Let's just go. And I'm like, I gotta
You
go
need
with
to
this
stop
again.
putting yourself in the situation.
Yeah,
to
I
bang
know.
people that
Bro, you
you
gotta
don't
start
wanna
headlining
bang
shows
again.
and
Yeah.
getting 7s instead of 4s.
No,
Yeah,
I just
that's
wait it
That's
out.
literally it.
No.
I'm all about a numbers guy.
Hey.
All right? I gotta get my average.
Just wait. You just gotta wait it out.
You
You gotta
No.
not be so horny and wait for the
Well,
hotline.
that was the thing. Like, you can also like in these
He's a
days,
quantity
it's
guy.
hard to see
He's a
people in
quantity
real
guy.
life, and so like I've been meeting people online, and a lot of them don't look exactly
Are you an
like
online
they look.
guy? Because you're my age, but like not single,
Uh,
but not married.
I have done I have jokes about this. I'm no
That-
good
the
online.
mask fish shit is so true.
Yeah,
'Cause I've
but
been-
not
because, like,
even that.
Not even the mask. I saw one profile. The girl only had mask pictures.
That's
Fuck
weird.
that. Swipe left.
Yeah,
No, I have
agree.
so many
I agree.
questions for you guys, but this is not
Uh,
probably the right. But it doesn't matter. Fuck it. Who cares? We're gonna have fun. I'm sorry, guys. Anyone's here for truth and stuff. This is truth. We're speaking
It's still
truth.
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 We're all speaking truth here.
We're
Okay.
an hour
We're
and
still
16
talking.
in.
We're
We
still
handled
thinking
truth for an
freely.
hour.
Hold on, but because I've been married for a while and been with my wife before
All
social
the online
media.
dating and all that.
There was MySpace.
Even social media.
There was MySpace. I didn't have it. She
Ooh.
did. I didn't have it.
Damn, bro.
So yeah.
So you're navigating these waters slowly.
No, I think it's interesting. So like, I love to take my friends' phones and just fucking fuck with it. You know, if they have it open.
Oh,
Going,
man.
and I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm
They're
going
not
right.
in relationships, right?
You're just
No,
window
I look for the
shopping.
ugliest
You're just
bitches
window
and
shopping.
our girls,
right?
and just fucking, you know,
Match for them.
fuck with them. I love fucking with them. Like, I love messing with my friends, but I don't. A part of me, I'm being so honest today. A part of me
I love that.
wishes, because I hear these stories of like dudes that I'm like, huh, really? Like they're like, oh yeah, just and it's almost like that. It's like, yeah, and I met this girl. I'm like, wait, it's that easy? Why not? We had to put work in, you know. You had to like go to a bar or go
You
to take
still
someone out to dinner.
Have to. They're not.
The stories
fucking-
I'm hearing, it's like not a lot of
Bro.
work. Is that yeah? But you're my age,
Well,
man. I'm talking to a
it's,
young
all right.
guy.
So it's 50-50, right? Now I don't match with the girls that are just ready to fuck, and also when I have, I
It's-
felt like they're gonna take my organs. I don't trust this. Like I'm pretty sure
He's got a
it's
brain.
gonna be 3 Russians.
yeah. See,
Are gonna just break into my
I
house.
would be on yours.
You know
That's
what I
why-
mean?
That's why I'm.
So like I'm also get a little like
would
but
be
I
that
also
way.
like that's got to be what the females are getting times a million because
Yeah.
they're getting dick.
That's
dick,
what
dick,
scares
dick,
me.
That's
dick,
why
dick,
they
dick.
don't care about like.
what
They're the
scares
ones
me.
who are
I'm not trying to
reading
be
the
Captain Save-A-Ho,
profiles.
but that's
They're
what scares
reading the
me.
profiles. They have so many options. They're probably looking
Yeah.
through every
Bro.
picture, inspecting every little minor flaw. No, fuck this guy. He has too many freckles on his face.
Yeah.
Fuck this guy or
That's
some
right.
shit.
No, yeah, that we're building their egos up too much.
Yeah, but I
everyone.
got friends.
It was, but
I
then-
have
but
friends
then
that are
everything-
350 pounds, beards down to here, and I don't. I'm pretty sure they're not lying. I'm like, what?
Certain people
Then
I think
they're
they're
just-
brave enough to just try it,
Then
and then
they-
they're also
I-
meeting
Yeah,
with
but-
other
I
women
want to
who are
talk to that
brave.
girl. I want to have that girl on the podcast.
But what type of chick is he
I know-
banging?
Not
Look,
for
they're
him.
not all
Okay.
gonna. They're not
for
all.
him an 8.
Listen, one of my friends he's a decent. I would call him a very attractive guy, and
Mhm.
he bangs like very attractive women through that app. So like certain people, I think there's a minimal amount of talking. Maybe they do like a video chat with each other so they know that they're both real.
They
and
must
then-
spell well.
But there's
That's the
something
issue.
like he's not telling me all the details of how
I get-
he just
I
like
can't
I
make
talked
it
to her
past
for a little.
3
She comes
fucking
over.
messages.
We fuck.
Just did good for me, because I would. There you go. I'll be horrible.
3 messages
yeah,
in, they're
dude, you
like,
can
this guy
screw your-
can't spell. I'm fucking out of here.
You dude, and then I make comments. I know the correct there. And they're
Exactly.
like, "Why do you care?
Exactly.
Why do you care so much about vocabulary?" I'm like, "Oh, bitch, all you do. What do you mean?"
Yeah, exactly.
Like if I used the wrong there, that would have been why you canceled me. And
Exactly.
because I know
Exactly.
the correct one, now you want to like fucking swipe me.
Exactly.
It's hard
I
out there, but
didn't
you're-
know they
but
needed help with their English. I
but
thought they
you're-
wanted somebody to nail shit to the wall.
You're
including
right.
them.
It's giving them too much power until the coronavirus, when they realized nobody's really meeting up though. So even if
Yes.
they have
They
the
never
power,
were before.
Everyone seems. I don't know,
Like-
man. I saw.
but now especially
know.
now there's an excuse. Just come over my house so we can fuck. And now they're almost being used. It's almost like a fucking a prostitution service with no money.
Yeah.
Because before it was at least you're gonna buy me dinner. Now what is it? We're gonna order in Postmates.
I'm so old. I don't know what that means.
It's like a fucking delivery
I don't
service.
know. I must be
Postmates is like
retarded. 'cause it
Grubhub, but
doesn't-
they do everything.
Wait,
you can get
so
office
are
supplies
you
or
on
some
dating
shit.
apps?
Yeah.
Does
And
it
I-
work that way for you?
No, it look. No,
Just your friend told you that it works this way? It
it-
don't
yeah,
work that
no,
way
it
for you,
does
and
not.
it don't
This
work
guy's
that
young,
way
dark,
for
and
me
handsome.
either.
Exactly.
Come on.
I'm being real with you.
Okay, so it
He's a
doesn't
young,
work
dark,
for
and
us.
handsome guy.
I
That's
think
funny.
I think what I have to do is I need to delete all the pictures of me
All
with-
the hate
that
speech
are
that I
not.
did earlier.
Well, no. I think
Let me
like,
just ask
I
this. Hold
think
on.
this will help. I think if you do pictures within 1 year, like you shouldn't have pictures, even if they're memorable pictures, outside of a year because you don't
Dude.
look the same.
For
you need
dating,
to
I
show
would
people
say
what you
yes.
look like because.
Yeah.
Like I've seen
Did
so
they
many
know
people
that it's
that I've met
over? Yeah, but this is
they're
not
showing
the point.
pictures of them 10 years ago where they looked amazing and now they don't look anything like that.
This is not
and
the
you meet
point.
them.
The reality of dating apps for you and I and a lot of other people are
It's
not
for
like
most of
this
us. It's
one
most of us,
person.
too.
This,
It's the fringe.
So, any of your friends that really got a lot of pussy, did they talk about it?
No, it's me prying. It's me
Because they
prying.
didn't have to.
It's me
The
prying.
guy that walks around, ba 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 ba
Yeah.
ba.
No, but I'm saying it's the same.
volunteering.
No, but you know what? I think
Volunteering.
also
You know what? You're right.
information.
You're right. If he could do it on the streets, he could do it on the app.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what he looks like. You're right. Because the guy that I'm thinking of specifically, I've always been like, how the fuck does he pull this? And then now it's like he doesn't have to go to the bar anymore. He just, does it all like here. And I'm like, I still don't understand. But you know what? You're right. It doesn't make a difference.
But my point is that he's also not walking around telling you how much pussy he gets. I don't trust anybody that's
Exactly.
just
No, I
volunteering
know, but I feel like
information about.
I feel like all my friends that are on that, any of my friends that are single and on that stuff, it just seems so much easier.
Well, look,
Especially the younger
depending on your
guys.
age, depending on your age,
I
it
don't
will
think
be
about it.
easier for sure. Like if you're in college and you're all in the dorms, it's so easy just to swipe right and swipe left and then just
bro.
meet up and
You
fuck.
and I didn't
You're-
really
if
go to
you-
college.
Here's
but
the thing: if you live in the same dorm, it's going to be way less creepy than if it's
saying,
some
man.
random
That's how
ass
weird these kids
stranger.
are nowadays.
And that's
That's kinda
my
where I'm
thing.
getting.
I feel like
Where
these
they're
are
like-
random ass strangers now. I want to meet you, but I also don't like. Now we can't meet really at a lot of places. Like, thank God your
Yeah,
place is open.
that's true.
You know what I
That's
mean?
true.
But like,
That's
there's
weird.
not a
You're
lot
right.
of places to go meet up and have dinner and sit and make sure this person's not. Because like, the last thing I want to do is fuck some stupid racist bitch that doesn't like to tip and also likes to shit on waiters and waitresses. Because like, I've left a date because a girl was being so rude to the waitress. I was like, our food's going to be disgusting and shit on, and I wouldn't expect anything less. In fact, I hope that they do that. So I gave money for what I paid or what I ordered and what she ordered. And I said, I'm leaving. If she orders anything else, you got to tell her that's on her. But if you don't mind telling her I left, that'd be cool.
So you left-
And then I
I've
gave her
left-
a nice tip, too.
you left chicks on dates.
One time.
Have you ever done it?
Only one time,
Have you
and
ever done
because
it?
she was so goddamn rude. Like, I couldn't, like, if you're
Bro, I
that
did it.
rude
I did it
to the
once.
people who are giving you food, fuck
I
you.
did it once. This is pre fucking social media. This is like you had a brick as a cell phone. I did it. The girl was so terrible. I went to the bathroom. I paid for the meal, and I left.
You have to do that
I
sometimes.
did it.
Like, and
she
I
was
like
a
I said-
fucking bitch. She was so like it was the same thing. She was just so nasty. I met her in Morristown the week before. She was all cool, but she was drunk.
And that was it. Yes.
And then we went out, and she was just being like, I don't like this. Like, I took her to a really nice restaurant.
And then complaining a lot.
Complaining
And to them,
I don't
too.
like this. I don't want that. We're supposed to see a movie afterwards. What time is it? I don't like that. But and I was like,
Oh, yeah. You already knew. High maintenance already.
No, and I was like, this is just not. And back then I was a fucking hippie. Like, it didn't make sense. I was like, this is not working. So I did what you said. I went to the waiter. I gave him money for the pill. I gave him a tip, and I said,
For the pill?
He said
the
bill.
bill.
I heard
Bill.
pill.
Did I say pill?
He might have.
Bill.
You gave him for the pill.
The bill.
You gave him
No,
a tip.
I don't know.
And you
Bill
said,
made
leave
sense,
her with
but
the
I just
bill
heard
because this
pill.
bitch is a cut. Fuck
I
this
gave him money for the
bitch.
bill. I gave him a
Kidding.
tip.
I love you, women. I didn't mean to use a cut.
No,
word.
I love women too, but this one was too much, and it was never going anywhere.
I went on a date with a chick like that, but I didn't leave her. I fucked her in my van.
Oh, see, that was the right move right there. Honestly,
It
if
was
this
not
girl,
getting there.
We
for me.
left the bar, backed her in the van, and then we came back in.
if she
had
was
more
better,
beer.
if she was better looking, I
And
would have
yeah,
slept
let me
with her.
tell you
I'll
this.
that.
She was much happier afterwards. She was much
She needed the
nicer.
dick. She needed the dick.
She was a much nicer person.
Dude, that's another thing. Like, a lot of us just need to get our nut out, besides
Yeah.
just rubbing it out
Well,
ourselves. So I
see,
think that's
dudes,
another
it's
part of the
different.
quarantine anger theory.
Dudes is different
I call it
because
quat.
you come and then all of a sudden you're like, why was I so into this?
It's so strange. Right?
Yo, you know what's
right?
crazy?
You're like, I think this could work. And then you come and you're
One
like,
girl asked me, goes, have you heard about Joe Rogan and Andrew Schultz talking about post-nut syndrome?
Yeah.
Which is like right after you nut,
Yeah.
you're like, you regret having sex
that's
with
exactly
that girl.
what we're talking about. That's totally fucking 100%.
And you know what was crazy is the girl I was
They
about
were
to
true-
fuck. I was
true
like,
on
I
that.
know I'm gonna have post-nut syndrome because I don't really like you enough right now. But
like I
pop
said,
that
you're like,
Viagra.
you
Yeah,
got
it's
good
crazy.
toes.
We're talking about Joe like something he said is like be the person you're trying to be before you fuck that person. Like he said, I'm paraphrasing, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Made me think. You heard that, right?
Yeah.
When he's like, try to be the man all the time. You're trying to be to bang
Not
that.
just before and after
Yes,
as well.
before really.
But
Yeah,
mainly
your whole
before.
life. Try to be that way,
Yeah.
and it's like, wow. As dudes, you know, you
Like
get,
if you're always acting like you're trying to get that nut, like
You're a
that
good person.
confidence and that being nice and all that.
And you're a nice
yeah,
person.
you're just a better person overall. Like most, not now you got to be.
I
There
fuck it
are
all
those
up
ones
there.
assholes. Like there are those people who are assholes though. Like
Yeah.
to get pussy.
Yeah.
Don't be that guy all the time.
No, you don't. Yeah,
Please
I mean,
don't be that guy.
And
all
on
the
social
time.
media, those guys are killing it. You know, like I don't know Dan Bilzerian for real. But
Is
that
he an
dude's-
asshole? Who knows?
he
He
can't be
just got
nice.
money.
He
He
can't be
gambles.
nice.
He's got
I
muscles.
mean, shooting things.
And
He
it's
can't be
really.
nice, right?
I'm pretty sure he hires those women to hang
Yes.
out with him. So it's not like.
But he's
it's
still not nice to them. I guess
Here's
you're
my
right.
thing.
I
I
guess
thought
you're right.
all those women wanted to hang out with him because he had all this
Yes.
money, and I was like, okay, they're just gold diggers. He's like, no, they're just hired workers.
But
Like,
then,
God,
but
right?
then,
Damn, bro, that
Yeah.
sucks.
but then
Like, we gotta hang
he's
out with this-
probably no. I bet you.
Can I at least bring my friends so we can hang out while
I
we hang out
bet
with
you he gets them around that way.
And then I get you
then
other
he's
ones come
charming
in.
enough, and they party or whatever, and then chicks are like, "Oh, but he's not what I thought."
Yeah, I could see that.
Oh, someone's always going to turn him into like the husband.
If,
Well,
there-
one of
if
them
you have,
might.
listen,
One of those girls are
okay,
probably going to be
listen,
opportunists. Let's
if
be
you
real.
have 20
100%.
chicks at
I would
a party,
do it too, ladies. If it was like a handsome, if it was a beautiful woman,
Yeah.
and I had to go and hang out with her, and she paid me, and then I was like, yeah, I'm gonna
You're
try
a
to slip the dick in there.
multi-millionaire.
I'm gonna try to get that fucking.
you're a
I'll get that Oprah.
multi-millionaire.
Yes.
Okay,
Get that Oprah
You
money.
hire
Was it Stedman?
20 girls
He's trying
to
stand
hang
in that
around you,
That was
right?
him.
One of them is gonna fucking
Oh, 100%,
Fall in love.
100%,
well, at least
or at
whatever,
least
bang
want
you,
to
be into
be a
you,
gold digger,
be into you.
or
One of
just
them will be into
want to fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1,000,000%. Look, you hang
It's
out with
good
somebody
odds.
long enough, you're gonna find out if you have enough in common. And that's the thing. Like, there's
that's-
so many people. Like you were
See-
saying with that when you did the mushrooms, and you realize like all the specs. There's so many stars, and guess what? Certain stars are closer to others. Those are the ones that you should try to be Those are the ones that are attracted to you, and you're attracted to. And then there's certain
See-
ones that are over there, and you know you like the way they look because they're away from you.
I'm an acquired taste, Yusef.
Yeah, me too. I know. People think
You
they like
really
me until they
gotta-
hang out with me too much.
No,
I'm
see,
not.
nobody likes me.
I'm
until
like
they
I'm like
hang out with me.
alcohol, where like you like me until you have too much of me, and they're like, I never want to have you. again.
See, nobody likes me until they hang out with me for a bit, and then they actually figure out what I'm about
And they're
because I
the
don't
best
say
night's sleep
enough.
of their life. You're like, wow.
Then it's the best what?
Nothing. I'm sorry.
Sleep of their life.
I go, they're the best night's
sleep.
sleep.
Bore them to sleep.
I'm
Because we just do downers. You know what I mean? We're not
Clint's,
doing
yeah.
you don't want to see Clint on the uppers.
Oh man,
It's
Wait,
just
all
like
Back to
this.
the- it's back
can
to
we,
Zoom
can we
days.
classify
Yo,
the
let me
drugs
just say
real
this.
quick? Can you write?
Let me
I don't know
just
if you
say
want to
this.
write them down. Or I want
Y'all
to write them down.
motherfuckers are never going to be able to pick me out what I'm doing.
What do you
Uppers,
think?
downers, sideways. because I always act exactly like this.
Well, you're pretty normal. Like, yeah, I'll tell you that. Most of us can handle our drugs. Because if you've
Not
done
most
enough
of us.
drugs, well, here's
Maybe
the thing.
us here
If
in the
you've
room.
done drugs enough, you know how much. Like, I know I'm
Yeah.
not going to be able to handle myself if I take a quarter of mushrooms and I go out to do comedy.
Yeah.
I'm going to be, I can't drive.
I bet I can.
I should not drive. I should not be around people. I should not definitely get on stage, and then I'm probably gonna say some shit and just be incoherent and just ramble and shit, and like it's gonna be a terrible experience.
Yeah.
Because I
Maybe.
know that. But
Maybe
it's
you'll
the
talk
same-
about the universe.
probably
or
right.
some
It's the same
deep
thing. Like
shit.
if I'm about to, if I'm nervous and I'm about to go up in front of a lot of people, I don't want to go and do coke, and then
No.
my timing is now going to be so off that my 5 minutes or 10 minutes that I expect to do is going to be done in half the
Come
time.
on.
You're making weird.
You know
that
what I mean?
doesn't work. That doesn't happen
Oh,
that way.
dude, when I stopped smoking weed, my jokes were in half. I had 7 minutes of material normally, or 5 minutes of material, and then I would not smoke weed, and I would get through it so much quicker.
Too fast.
Like too fast until I had to learn how
You
to
need
time
to learn.
myself.
Yeah, you need
All
to
right.
learn to settle
We're gonna
down,
do some
bro.
drug classifications. So there are how do you want to like do them? Up just simply uppers, downers, herbals,
Well,
psychedelics, because like things can be in
Party.
Because like you know what I mean.
I mean, we're getting over time, but we could start.
Oh, okay. We'll do that for next time then. How about
let's
that?
do it. Yes, we will do this next time, and we're gonna have a couple guests on. You're definitely on, Yusef.
All right.
And we're actually gonna give me some homework. We're gonna do that.
All right, we'll talk. I have your
And
number.
We
We'll
have
text.
a listener who wants to be on. He can't use his real voice because his job will get him in trouble. But this dude, he's got my certification.
Do you have a voice modification thing?
He has it.
He has one?
goes on a lot of podcasts. He
You
goes
should
on
do
a
it, like,
different.
through
I was
Zoom.
like, don't look at me. I
Because
don't
like if you
fucking
do it
know.
through Zoom and he wears like a mask.
no,
like,
he's
that'd be
good. He knows how to
perfect.
do it. He's been on quite a few podcasts that
Okay.
you guys probably. Even
I gotta
recognize.
ask him how to do that shit too. I
Yeah.
want to know.
But he does some kind of job that he can't.
I
but
like
this
that.
dude.
He's in the CIA. God damn it! I want
He
to talk
might
to
be.
him now.
Hey, he might be.
I want to talk.
He's the
to
first
this
person
guy.
that reached out to me. Hey, it could totally be that. But
I'm excited.
we're gonna have him on. He knows what he's talking about. He's gonna be a guest. Yusef, you're definitely gonna be a guest.
Thank you.
My boy Nick from We the People Radio. He's gonna be a guest because anybody that first found me on my first appearance with Tommy G and Sam Tripoli on
that shit was
Tinfoil.
dope.
Yeah, that's where I was talking about that Baphomet story with
Yeah.
the ayahuasca.
We didn't even get into that.
Nick was the one there, so he's going to be a part of this as well. And we're going to do this. We're going to do a drug. And hey, maybe it might be a couple parts. Like I said, the fall of the cabal. But we're going to do a drug episode, and we're going to break them down. We should all get our notes, and we're going to talk. I think it's very important. I actually
Hell
think
yeah.
it's very important.
No, I think
We'll
that-
have fun with it.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
I agree, but I think that, like you're saying, that is probably something that's long overdue, and if
Yeah.
we can get some people to adhere to it or to take hold, that would be pretty sick as well.
It will be good, and we'll break it down. And like I've said on after I had that episode, is I said I am all for psychedelics. I'm all for drug exploration. I think it's so important, but it needs to be done properly.
Correct.
It needs to be done properly.
And
And if
people
it's
should
not,
know.
it's not that hard. It's not that hard to
In
do
the
it proper.
woods.
It's not that hard.
You know
Yeah,
what?
it's really not
this,
that hard.
This could be good informative.
It is.
Too.
It
like-
will be.
Because yeah, like I always tell people, like with psychedelics, ease your way up. Don't start too high and expect, because like you don't want. I don't think you're going to lose your mind, but like you don't want to have
There's
a bad
rules.
experience and then never try it again when it could help you.
Listen,
And-
for $500, Mike and I will shaman your event.
I could shaman you for sure. Yes.
Hell yeah,
Thank you.
guys. Let's
Thank you.
all get shamaned.
But
I might do.
But
this.
you know what, man? Another thing that people don't understand is that they take things off the street that are sold as other things. And that's the biggest problem, and we're gonna break that down because there's a lot. I feel like nowadays it's not as bad as in the '90s. In the '90s, so many people. You know, we'll get into it. There
That
was a
when
lot
I
of
was-
drugs
That was
sold
when I
as
was growing up.
Yeah,
I literally
but-
was born in 1990. So like,
Yeah.
I would love to know how drugs were back then, and I'll tell you like what
it
happened.
was.
We were
the gold- It was the
teenagers.
golden age.
Sure,
I mean,
you were a teenager,
But I didn't
was
do
just
drugs. I
born.
was straight. I drank
yeah.
and I smoked weed a teeny bit, like
But,
literally.
like, and how
No, the
bad was the
90s
weed
were-
back then?
No, not. it
no,
depends.
we always in New Jersey.
You still had good weed. I
Yeah,
remember
yeah,
when
we
I
called
first
it
started
was
getting
Kind
it.
Bud.
I got it in the 2000s, and it was so bad. Like now that I'm looking back at it, I
What
can.
year? Like around.
What was I? It was 16, so it was 2006.
No,
2006
there
was
was
bad.
very no.
So-
But like when I
back then,
started,
there was
when I,
sour
once
diesel
once I
was
got
around.
into college though, it was very good.
There was no.
I
So-
think my friend just had a shitty connect.
Yeah, exactly.
Of course, when you're
and
young,
that'll
that's what
happen
happens.
exactly.
Yeah.
And so my friends had smoked for a long time before they smoked me
He had
up.
that brick weed.
So
Yeah.
no, my friends had
That's
fucking sick ass weed.
Yeah.
And then I went to Florida and I stayed down there. And the guy,
Crypto, right?
so I only smoked a couple of times up here throughout high school, like probably like literally like 6-7 times. And then I went to Florida when I was 21. I stayed at this dude's house and he was smoking weed all day, every day.
Mm-hmm.
And he literally goes, "Hey, roll up a joint." And when I opened it up, I go, "What is this?" And he goes, "That's weed." And I go, "Nah, this
Back
is like
then,
tobacco or something, right?" Like, 'cause
Oh,
he
yeah,
had
it
that
Oh,
Mexican
he
brick
had that
weed.
brick weed.
shit.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know literally what it was.
Oh,
I
really?
was literally like, "What is this?" And he goes,
Oh,
"That's weed."
wow.
And I'm like, "Bro,
That's not weed.
that's not weed."
Yeah.
All I had ever seen
Was
was
kind of-
fucking like,
Oh, that's interesting for someone
Yep.
your age.
No, because like that was the thing.
because I didn't smoke when we were super young.
Okay.
The first time I probably ever smoked was 17, and I literally through high school probably smoked 6 times. For real, maybe 8-10 times, and then
Maybe 30 times. But
no, literally 10 times probably
Yo,
max.
same. I didn't smoke a lot in
And
high
then
school.
I actually didn't.
started doing freestyle. I started going down there, and they just smoked all day, every day.
Yeah.
And then that's kind of where I fucking like picked it up.
Dude, I didn't realize I was smoking brick weed in the beginning until
Yeah.
I went to Colombia and my friend's like, we can just get like a brick of weed so we can just bake.
And
we're
you
gonna-
seen how it was all just
and we-
smashed.
I was like, oh, and this smells exactly, and it's got all the stems and seeds in it. I was like, oh, this is exactly what I used to get
Vacuums. They just
way back
stack,
in the day. Yeah.
stack
Yeah.
Just brown
whatever.
ass weed.
Yeah.
paper,
brown
like
frown.
what the fuck type of paper?
Like brown paper?
Well,
Oh,
either
parchment
that
paper or something.
parchment paper,
Yeah.
or the slick shit. I forget what's called.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
wax.
And then just
one of the two.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
wax
Wax
paper,
paper,
yes, yes.
and then just slap more on
Yep.
top of
Yeah.
it. Same thing in Texas.
Oh
So
yeah, they get a lot of shitty
here's
weed.
here's the geography of weed, at least in the United States. The further north you go, the better.
Because we get our shit from Canada.
Well, not
Not
even
anymore.
New Hampshire,
Not
Vermont, all those
That's
places
the
go.
old-
Well,
that's
now
always-
they have legal. Yeah.
The problem is that
That's what it is.
Mexico and all that stuff is
Fucks up the
outdoors, and the sun is so fucking hot that it bakes that shit.
Mm.
And that's why all the weed down south is fucking like super dry and just baked out
I see.
because of too much sun.
Yeah,
That's
this
why
is-
you
that
go
makes
up
sense.
north. They got super deep,
Yeah, but that's
ass,
old news.
dark,
Not
fucking.
anymore.
Not anymore.
No. Just like you guys talking about the fucking swiping right.
Well, they
left.
probably have like
Go to
they
Texas
probably have,
and
like,
buy some
they probably
cheap
have
weed.
indoor grow ops.
Yeah, no,
Probably.
everywhere in the world,
They
man.
have
Some of the
to.
best weed in the
It's-
world right now is grown in Detroit.
Or even in
So-
Mexico.
No,
but
like,
that's
even in
north.
I feel like Mexico's going to start doing like
My
big
point is,
indoor
some of the
grow ops.
best weed
man.
in the
Because they're
world
gonna
is
need to
not
start. Look, they're
grown
going to need
in
to start.
Texas or
Well,
New Mexico.
that's the thing. Like
Maybe
America's
inside, yeah, but
could export weed. 'Cause
Yes.
we have some really fucking.
we
great
have the
weed.
best
We
weed
should.
right now. Period.
Yeah.
Right, and that's the
New
thing.
York,
like,
California, always.
Like
Yeah.
if
In the
and
way.
if we can export that because we like that's why I think if Trump like quickly just says, hey, let's decriminalize marijuana.
He
let's
hasn't
make it
made any
legal,
moves on that fucking yet.
because there's all this coronavirus bullshit. He's got to deal with, and I get it, but like if he does that, I'm sure as shit he's gonna fucking win the election. Because anybody
I
who
don't
wanted
see
to vote
that
for
happening in
Biden,
the
anybody who
next
wanted to vote for
fucking-
Biden is gonna be like, I don't like this guy. I don't think I support him, but I
Listen,
also
I
want to
thought-
be able to get weed and not be arrested.
I don't see him
could've
pulling that
did
card. I would love it.
Yeah,
but I
it would
don't
be
see
cool,
it.
but
all he would have to do is make it. Look, he's trying to go against big pharma for what I'm hearing.
yeah.
And he's also trying to go against the pedos, and that would be a big fuck you to
It
big
would
pharma.
be.
Is if I
It
say
would. It would.
legal weed because
would.
it's going to get rid of a lot of pharmaceutical
It
Yeah,
would.
sales.
I agree.
It would. I don't
Although
know.
the medical community will just go back to saying there's zero fucking medicinal
Yeah.
use.
Yeah, but they can't. You can't reverse that shit. There's so much research they
Oh,
don't
yeah, you
want to
can.
do.
Oh.
Oh yeah, you can. The flu this year was so bad we all wear masks and
Yeah.
fucking shut everything
Oh yeah,
down.
exactly. Well, you're right.
Well,
They can
guys,
do whatever the fuck they want.
Listen, we can keep going on,
Let's
and
wrap this
obviously
up. I
Yusef
got you.
will be back because we have a lot
I
of fun
appreciate
stuff.
that. Thank you.
Yusef, where can everyone find you?
My Instagram is Yusef the G, YUSEFTHEG, and then Yusef Gof on Yusef Gof Comedy also on Instagram, and then Yusef Gof on Twitter.
And
No,
he'll be-
sorry,
one
that was the
F.
other way around. Sorry, those two were Twitter, and then Yusef Gof is on Instagram.
We'll
With
link
one
him.
F.
We're gonna
Just
link
one
him in the
F.
episode anyway,
I appreciate that.
and give him some follows.
I'm not
Check out my
linking
podcast.
it.
This guy's
Piss
funny as
Gof.
fuck. He really is. Yes, that's a great podcast. And,
Thank you.
We'll have him here at the dojo. We got a lot of amazing stuff coming up at the dojo.
The dojo.
Guys, follow us at freethinker.tv.
this
Please
shit.
like and subscribe to our YouTube page, Dojo of Comedy East. We got some amazing dates
No, the
coming
YouTube
up.
page is Freethinker TV.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Clint.
No, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure because you said them right next to
Yeah,
each other, so
say
I
a
wanted to
little
make
fast.
sure that people. YouTube is Freethinker TV. So is Twitter and Instagram, and then the website itself is freethinker.tv.
That's where you can find all of our podcasts. Clint is finally dropping some Clint files.
Hell yeah.
Very good information. And stay tuned. We got a lot of stuff coming up. Actually, after this episode, we got to talk about with the dojo. We have a lot of shows in store.
Oh yeah.
Yes, please. If you guys are in New Jersey or super close, Morris Plains, New Jersey, we are having bangers pretty much every weekend. So please come out, support live comedy.
Yes.
We're really in a good spot. Everybody's kind of getting shut down, and as far as outdoor shows go, we got a sick patio. There's a canopy over it. We got lighting. Like, it's a nice atmosphere.
It's the closest thing to a comedy
And you
club,
can get
right?
like 40 people, so it's like nice and intimate.
Yeah, we can.
That's right. And you
It's
got
like-
sick food.
Oh yeah.
Thank
The
you.
food is amazing.
Thank you.
So please,
Don't eat the chicken fingers too quick. I burned my mouth, but it was so delicious. I
I
kept,
do
I
that
kept burning
once a
my mouth.
week.
I just kept
I
burning
do that
my
once
mouth.
a week. That's actually very good. That's very good information.
all the food is good.
Thank you so much, and I appreciate it.
We're going to mention our sponsor again before we go.
Oh yeah.
Hero Soap Company.
Get this
Once
shit.
again, yeah, we got it up there. Level up your soap. It's all natural.
Ooh, I like that.
It's
the one I
really
got,
good,
the
too.
peppermint
It's-
tea
That's
tree.
what I had. Peppermint tea tree. That's
I'm
what
gonna
I
try that
had.
one.
Yeah, I had
And
the
I
You
woods.
had the woods. Ooh.
I felt like I was a
kind of like lime and sea salt.
what is it? A chocolate mint ice cream.
I'm gonna
when
have
I
to
put it
definitely
on.
try this. I'm
It's really
definitely
good
trying
stuff,
this.
guys. It really is.
really good.
These guys are amazing. They're doing the right thing. They're helping veterans, which are so important.
You, United States Air Force veteran-owned, handmade locally and locally sourced in Arizona. All
Yep.
natural, no chemicals, no dyes. Won't fuck up your balls or your breasts. Right?
Hell yeah.
No cancer here.
You won't.
Yeah, just look
I
for
love
us,
it.
Freethinker TV or freethinker.tv on everything. And obviously, the Freethinker Society with Michael Romanelli. I just did a Clint Files about the importance of stretching. Everybody overlooks stretching,
I gotta check that
but
out.
it's super important,
Yeah.
and you'll
I
feel
thought you
much
meant in
better.
comedy.
episode.
No.
It was a great
'Cause
episode.
I had to do that last night. Just stretch
Just
until the
stretch
next
your-
person came back from the bathroom.
No, not
It's
that
not a
type
bad
of
thing.
stretching. Listen, you do your
No,
grounding.
but
you do
real-
your grounding,
real
and
stretching
then
is
you
important.
do some fucking stretching.
No, 1,000,000% it is.
And then you feel like
no, my
Way
back
better.
gets all fucked up. I need to start. I'm gonna listen to the podcast.
Too
I'm gonna
young
do
for half
stretching.
this shit, dude.
Exactly,
His
because
dick, his
Exactly.
back.
they fuck us all up, man, with all these
because they
these
don't
the
make you
food
aware
things, and
of
they don't
our
tell us the right
natural
things.
abilities
We're
just
gonna-
to stretch and
We'll
stuff.
talk
and
more.
We're gonna
about
help
this.
the youth.
Hell yeah,
That's what the Clint Files is. Anybody wants to know a little bit about health?
check
Go
it
there.
out.
All right,
Thank you, the Swarm. I love you. We're part of you. We
Oh,
are part of
yeah.
the Swarm. We love
Hell
you
yeah.
guys.
we're swarming.
I'm swarming out. Yo, thank you for having me.